All right, let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safer Liquid Beer for the podcast.
Be right again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Check-in, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello.
Hello!
It's Matt Static, AM Radio. It's the Cool Bed Red Hot Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macramala intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. Let's crack a 6 o'clock and lager with some sirloin bites.
Cause he's too young, but he's playing like a superstar. Oilers took him at number 93 on, and he's been great so far. No one was sure if he would make the team. Scott said his vision was the very best. Game-winning goals and 5-point nights. It sure looks like he passed the test. He's like 99 in a way. He rarely makes a mistake. He's on the right track, baby, or the Nuge can play. Just make your way to the net. Stick on the ice and you're set. The Nuge will find you, baby. He was born to play.
Dry? Not.
Safe to say the Nuge can play. Baby, oh, the Nuge can play. Along with
Dry? Not.
Safe to say the Nuge can play. On the right track, baby, oh, the Nuge can play.
Hey everyone, I'm Zach Hyman of the Edmonton Oilers.
She's so tenacious.
Hope you guys enjoy it.
Revving up his engine, listen to the crowd just roar. No reason for tension, Zach is gonna shoot and score. Hyman's in the scoring zone. Right into the scoring zone. It's time for 7 years now he's playing by McDavid's side. He's got you jumping out of your seat 'cause of that look in his eyes. Hyman's in the scoring zone. He'll take you right into that scoring zone. You know he's gonna score a few. Playing with Connor, it's a top line overload. You'll finally see what he can do. So raise your hands up as high as they can go.
He always said that was a magician's secret.
His energy is contagious.
Playing with an edge, that's what you're gonna see.
I guess I got to fade that down too. A very good morning to you. Welcome to the Nielson Show with Lieutenant Eric. Right here at Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. I am not Dustin Nielson. Next to me is not Lieutenant Eric.
Clearly not.
But we do have YouTube Trev here. Matt Iwanyk, Dave Jamieson with you here for today. And as well, we are here tomorrow filling in for those two guys as they get ready for Christmas. Jamo and I, apparently we have nothing else to do. So we're just going to be here.
When duty calls.
When duty calls, we are here. So trying to figure out a few firsts for me today. I have never played the goal songs before.
No.
I found that. So
I would never have known, by the way.
The cutting between songs, not smooth.
No.
And we're trying to figure out, I think the last time I was on the morning show was about a year ago with you. So still trying to get, and first for me, I'm on 95.7 Cruise FM.
First time for you on FM.
I have been on FM radio before, but never have hosted on FM radio before. So for anyone listening on 95.7, thank you for being part of my first experience as a host on FM radio.
Be gentle with them,
FMers. It's very unique for me. I'm used to the AM
Variety
radio
that
for
rocks.
16 years. First time I've ever been on the FM as a host.
Carries with it a heavy responsibility, my friend.
Thank you to everyone for tuning in. The 6 o'clock hour, it is presented by Ewell, your power play specialist. Ewell has the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. You could order online anytime at ewell.ca. Ewell, your Edmonton-based partner at Power and Source for all things electrical. The Nielsen Show, it is also presented by Weiss Johnson. Lots to get to on the show today. Coming up at 6:30, it is the ProLux Lighting Morning After Show. The Edmonton Oilers. Wow, it was a close one. Golden Knights started that comeback, but the Edmonton Oilers playing a really good hockey game last night. They get the victory against the Golden Knights. Now we're equal in points in the Pacific Division.
Who
now
would
the
have
Golden
thought?
Knights have multiple, 3 games in hand.
Yes.
But the Oilers, doesn't matter. You got to go win those games still, and the Golden Knights did not have a good weekend here in Alberta. We got to get to good, bad, and ugly from the weekend. We also have Darren Dreger, GS Construction Hockey Insider. We've got That's Good for the Italian Center. We got Mike Teneer from Too Deep Zone. We've got kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike. Jamo's got the questions all ready to go. We have 3 questions too many. We got Joaquin Gage. We got the rap for William Huff. We got so much going on.
All your nutrients.
All your nutrients. We are live in the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio here on the west end of town. For a limited time at Popeyes, it's 3 pieces of their delicious bone-in chicken for just $8. Visit popeyeschicken.ca for more information. You can get in touch with the show, 780-218-9999. That is the Royal Pizza, or the Parish Jewelers inbox, where you can go into a draw for the Royal Pizza text of the day. You could also jump into the Nasty Chat. Boys, how's everyone's weekends?
It was fine.
Just fine?
Yeah, I'd give it a fine.
Just not like I feel like fine is one where it's like,
that's up the middle
happens.
of the fairway.
It happens. That's like middle fairway, like 100 yards.
Yes.
I'm hoping for like 175 yards or something.
Well, that's a stretch.
Okay.
At this stage in my life, I'll take a fine. A fine is a victory lap and an end zone dance. Fine works.
Trev, how was your weekend?
Oh, what's up, boys? How's
Hey.
it going? This is great. I love being on the air with you two gents. This is a lot of fun. Jamo, you're a beauty.
It always,
miss
it's like
you.
we wake Trev up. Like, it's, what, they're talking to me, at me? Yes. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Merry Christmas to you two. Weekend was interesting. I actually was supposed to go down south to see family and, not friends, just family. Roads are a little too sketchy for my liking, actually. So I'm going to go probably this week, probably Wednesday or Thursday now instead. So yeah, that was interesting. So it led to me just getting lots of cleaning done. I was able to get some editing done for my channel. I cooked, I cleaned, and I shoveled. I did a little bit of shoveling. I have to shovel my grass, believe it or not, Jamo.
Why do you have to shovel your grass?
Hold on. Pull up.
My landlord told me, shovel your grass, okay? And I said,
Wait.
Okay, what's the backstory of the landlord? First of all, with
He's
that
Russian.
accent.
He's
There's
Russian.
so many questions here that have just come up.
And he's almost always shirtless, actually.
Even in winter?
No, he just started wearing clothes.
It's like
Okay,
Putin.
so you live in a house. There's a front lawn, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And there's a back lawn.
Correct.
Which lawn do you have to shovel?
Part of the back lawn.
Why?
Well, I didn't originally know why, and I didn't ask. I kind of just said, yes, I will. And then I brought it
you
up
do.
to the boys, and they were like, well, like, why?
The
And I was
grass
like,
needs the moisture.
Yeah.
Oh,
At
I
some
know
point.
why. Because that's where this guy has, because Russians like bears.
Oh.
You'd have to need some space for his bear to run around.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Interesting theory. But
Yeah.
I ended up asking him, I'm like, hey, like about this grass. Like, why am I doing this, by the way? And he said, for the gas meter, like when people come check the gas and whatnot, he just wants a nice path for them.
They need unfettered access.
Oh, so it's
Unimpeded
from a
access to the meter.
sidewalk to the gas meter is all
Yeah.
you're shoveling there.
Yeah.
That's fair. How often do they come for gas metering?
That's the thing.
Daily.
Like, that's the thing.
Like, don't they only come like once a couple of times a year?
Well, yes,
It's like a
you would
once a year
hope.
thing.
I like how he's thinking about the gas meter guy.
He's
like,
like-
I don't want to get snow on their boots.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know when they're going to come.
I don't want to have you run afoul of your landlord, but do you wonder if something's going on with the gas meter?
I wasn't about to go there.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. Like I said, I just started seeing him wearing a shirt for the first time. After I signed the lease, not even joking, the next day and every day I seen him, going forward shirtless and wearing short shorts. It was very scary.
Shirtless Vyacheslav.
Yeah, like he would just walk around the block shirtless, short shorts.
So now just one more quick question on the shoveling thing here. Is it just one like pass with the shovel, or do you have to shovel more than a pass?
No, it's several passes, probably. Three to four shovels.
Yeah,
Like
there's something weird going on there.
Yeah.
Because the metering guy doesn't need that much space
he
to get to
doesn't.
the meter.
He doesn't. He said,
Like, I'd
"Good job."
understand one pass and then at the meter creating a nice little box for him.
Yeah.
Trev, I'm going to warn you. I spent 9.5 years, almost 10 years, working with this guy every day.
Yes.
He does fixate on the tiniest of details.
Oh, yeah, he does.
So if he's going to dig in even further, there'll be more on this later in the show.
Probably.
It's just.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
It's fascinating, man.
Yeah.
I don't even get it. And Gager texted in one day. He said, apparently you can, it's like at the point where
Well, he
you can
would
connect
know.
Bluetooth now. You're not Bluetooth, but you can do it virtually. You can just do it on your phone.
Yeah, but you're in an area that's a little bit older.
Yeah, it is
So I
older.
understand that it's not set up there like that.
Yeah.
I get the idea of them having to still check your meter.
Yeah.
I won't defend that one. The making sure the guy has could drive his truck basically up to it and he doesn't have to get out of his vehicle. It's a little weird to me.
It is. That was my weekend, boys.
That's
That's a good weekend.
Thank
do
you.
we have a snowblower going off outside? or
Sure
something?
do.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome. The Edmonton Oilers. Let's take a
Yeah.
look at the morning announcements, which we're looking at this weekend. The Edmonton Oilers lose in Minnesota, but no one cares about that game because the Edmonton Oilers, they beat the Vegas Golden Knights yesterday. No one cares about the loss if they have a win. Everyone cares about the win.
Oiler fans care about everything.
They
You
care
know
about what's
that.
the most recent thing that happened.
Okay, well,
and the most
I
recent
see where you're
thing
going,
is
yes.
The Edmonton Oilers are now 7-2-1 in their last 10. They beat the Golden Knights, as I said earlier. 42 points, the exact same as the Vegas Golden Knights, tied for second in the Pacific. But the Golden Knights do have 3 games in hand. The Ducks with 1 game in hand on the Edmonton Oilers, only 2 points up on this team. So big game for the Edmonton Oilers, at least yesterday. And really, this team has held its own largely, I would say, ever since Tristan Jarry's gone down. Calvin Pickard coming in Boston, cold, playing excellent. Wasn't, this team wasn't exactly the best. There's a back-breaking goal on Saturday. Again, we don't need to worry about Saturday. Yesterday, they came up. McDavid looked like McDavid yesterday.
They bent, but they did not break ultimately. and I know we're going to get into the finer details as we go through this, but they are now 4-2 in the last 6 games over 9 games, or 9 days rather. You take that.
Absolutely.
You absolutely should take that.
My Baltimore Ravens, they stink.
Well,
11-point fourth quarter lead gone. The Detroit Lions, their playoff hopes are on life support. Green Bay Packers, what's going to go on with Jordan Love?
Not much.
When it comes to the concussion, or is he still going to be around?
Mm-hmm.
They're dealing with injuries. New England Patriots get the win yesterday, but they get a bunch of injuries. The Broncos fall to the Jaguars.
Did not see that coming, even though Trevor Lawrence has been on a heater, as I think some folks like to say. I did not think, and I didn't have them in my pool, that Jacksonville would walk out of Denver with 2.
The Bears clinching a playoff spot that no one thought was coming this year. A very weird year. A very interesting year in the National Football League. Even the Buffalo Bills, this is a team that, look, they're 11-4. Likely not going to win the division. I don't think that one is official yet. I don't think the Patriots have clinched yet. No, they haven't clinched yet, but
Buffalo is a good, if not great, team that I don't have complete faith in.
Here's the one thing that they have. Winning very close games. Finding a way to get them done.
Yeah.
Do you want to be a Buffalo Bills team going to the playoffs, though, having to try to find a way to get it done? The Bills' history isn't there. But maybe this is one of those years where just everything's going your way. You know, if you look at the Chiefs year to year, this year they lost a lot of one-possession games. Last year they won all of those. They got a lot of breaks for them. It helped get them to a Super Bowl game.
You have greater faith in the Eagles when you watch how they play or playing now?
I'm going to a default that the Eagles are the team that's just going to find a way to get to the Super Bowl.
Looks like it.
But the Buffalo Bills, take it on the Cleveland Browns, trying to keep pace with the New England Patriots to try to somehow grab the division. You're hoping, if you're the Bills, that the Ravens will help you later that night. Obviously, they don't. But you only went by 3 to the Browns. There's just too many of those for the Bills this season. But for the Bills, for me, they're the team that I would pick right now out of the AFC. But I am a little worried about that.
The head, Matty. Go with the head.
The head says Bills. Oh, who would you take out of the AFC?
Then your head. There's something wrong with your head.
Who would you take out of the AFC right now? If you had to pick a Super Bowl, who's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl? Who would you pick right now? Because I have flaws in a lot of teams still.
Well, I understand why you would, no one has to this point, obviously, and because this is, as you said, a year where things are upended. Stuff that you had believed in historically, i.e. the Chiefs, that's gone now.
Yes.
So now anything that you would have thought before is being, if not torn apart completely, now you're very unsure.
Could the Steelers do it? Like, the one thing about the Steelers, they're like the Bills in a sense. They're finding ways to win football games that they're not, like, that we're all thinking that they weren't going to go win. This weekend, it was the Detroit Lions who were the favorite going into that one.
What credit do you give Aaron Rodgers?
The quarterback, to me, will always get a lot of the credit when things are going well.
An inordinate amount of credit.
That they also get it when things are lost. It's both ways.
Of course.
If the Pittsburgh Steelers were losing right now, we'd be ripping on Aaron Rodgers.
And we'd say that he should wrap it up and
all of that. They're winning. They went into Detroit, who was a team desperate for a win, found a way to get that victory. They have done it quite a bit this season.
The backfield that Detroit has, how are you not running the ball more effectively? And I know Detroit's had some issues on the interior of their O-line, but with those 2 running backs, it's bizarre to me what's happened in Detroit.
Elsewhere this weekend, Sidney Crosby passes Mario Lemieux, Penn's top goal scorer in franchise history.
Tube was unaware of who Mario Lemieux was. He's quickly
What
up to
is
speed.
that? What is that?
Who is that?
Who is that?
Tell me more about this guy.
Lemieux.
Yeah.
Mario.
Crosby's just such a... I say this because I know we all know of him, though, but he's the last few years, he's just, to me, a slightly forgotten superstar.
I agree.
Well, that's because
we have some of these other.
Yes.
But we've had McDavid come up. We've had McKinnon come up. We've had a couple of those. Mm-hmm. Even the year Austin was scoring, Austin Matthews was scoring all those goals. Mm-hmm. But it's just easy to forget that Crosby, he's still doing his thing over there.
And doing it exceptionally well and dragging a Penguins team along with him for better, a lot of nights, and for the last several seasons for worse. But he has been exceptional for so long. You're right. You take it for granted.
And he's going to lead Canada once again.
I know this might sound strange to people in Edmonton, but I think that happened with Gretzky. He was so brilliant for so long that you went, well, of course.
Right, but the one thing we're not doing with McDavid at Edmonton is I think McDavid still does amazing things.
Yes.
And we still are in awe of it. We don't sit there and go, yeah, that's McDavid. Oh, that's Connor. Yeah, that's just Connor. Like, he still will pull off those goals that will sit there and go, how did he do that? Oh, my God, that's incredible. That I think throughout the entire time that Connor McDavid is here, the one credit I will give all of us here that watch him on a regular basis is that I don't think we've taken for granted yet that he's an Edmonton Oiler.
Something given the time we live in, right, where we move on quickly. We are on to the next thing, whatever it is, politics, sports, matters not. That we still have not, and I agree with you. I still watch McDavid with fresh eyes because it can be a simple, well, not a simple, but, a pass across ice, finding a guy's stick that you go, how did that happen? Where he, takes the zone as fast as he does and goes around the best players in the world with what appears to be relative ease. You think, I hope we don't lose that sort of, that youthful, oh my God, I can't believe this.
Rob from the Grove, back to Crosby quickly. Good morning, guys. I think the most bizarre Sidney Crosby stat is he's more than a point per game player every season he's been in the league. Mr. Consistency.
Which is an NHL record, I believe. He passed Gretzky for most seasons, consecutive seasons, doing that last year. So, very impressive.
Again, we do not live in the time when players go pillar to post playing for the one team. Would you want to see Crosby? I know Montreal has been talked about probably for, several years as a potential place where he would go and finish. Do you want that? Do you want to see it? Or do you still like the if you will, the nobility of guy who is he's the new Lemieux. He is one of the pillars of that franchise, and it has been a very good franchise for a long time. You want him to stay and finish and see his work through.
I'm mixed emotions on that one. It's like I want a Nuge. He'd be the first Oiler who's played a significant period of time to go pillar to post. I want that. You don't see that always.
Nope. See it
nowadays. Rarely. I think we're closing in. We'll see it with Ovechkin, with Washington. Here's the one thing I would think of if I'm Sidney Crosby. Like, I don't want to see him in Colorado winning a cup.
Oh, you don't want him doing the
want
Ray
to go be with Nathan McKinnon and go, I at that point I want him to go pillar post. But I wonder if there's a thing, if I'm Sidney Crosby and if I'm worried about legacy and in terms of what's the most I could do with my legacy. Mm-hmm. You've got it all basically. You could check off pretty much everything. But imagine being the guy that helps bring the Stanley Cup back to Canada, back to a Canadian franchise.
That I get.
And that's where and I'm not saying this just because we're in Edmonton and being an Oilers homer or something. Mm-hmm. But I do wonder if you're Sidney Crosby and you sit there and you go, this is a team that just can't get over the hump. I'll go teach them the ways. I'll go over there, send me to Edmonton with Connor, with Leon. Will go win that cup. And then he, as much as it's McDavid team and all that, he'll get a lot of praise then because he's the guy that helped put them over the top. But that's the one thing that he could then say is, I did everything.
So he's the Obi-Wan? Is that the reference? He comes in and dispenses wisdom.
Obi-Wan, the Yoda.
Our audience could not hear that YouTube, Trev, let an audible gasp go.
Can you imagine?
And it's only Edmonton I could see that for a Canadian team. I don't think there's a team ready to win a cup in Canada.
Closer than the Edmonton Oilers.
So if he did that, I could live with that for the idea of if Montreal, if he felt was closest, I guess too. But I just don't think Montreal is there yet. But if he felt that was the thing, I could live with that.
There's another thing with Crosby, and this probably matters to only me, is there is a superstar who has been, as great as he's been since he walked into this league, who we actually know very little about.
Yeah.
He has he's done an incredible job of just giving us enough, giving us everything in terms of his talent. But on the personal side,
There's no noise around Sidney Crosby, both good and bad.
None.
Outside of the good charity work that he's
Sure,
done.
but
There's no other noise that you ever hear from him in any way, shape, or form.
I'm guessing probably a bit here that McDavid is not dissimilar, but it's really quite a remarkable part of the whole Crosby thing that he's got going on.
The Nielson Show presented by Weish Johnson, Edmonton's train home comfort specialist for nearly 50 years,
No
Dave.
way, 50
years.
Wow, that's a
Get your
long
home
time.
comfortable now for all seasons with Weish Johnson and Train. It's hard to stop a train. Visit WJSportsTalk.com today. Matt Iwanyk, Dave Jamieson in for Nielson and Eric alongside YouTube Trev. We've got a sports update on Edmonton Sports Talk on our audio streams. We've got a little bit of a commercial timeout here for those listening to us on Cruise FM. Still to come on the Nielson Show in this hour, we got Prolux Lighting, the morning after show, as well as Good, Bad, and Ugly, and then Darren Dreger just after 7 o'clock. Here is Trev with a sports update right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta.
The Edmonton Oilers held on to the victory last night with a 4-3 win over the Vegas Golden Knights. Connor Ingram made 26 saves in his Oilers debut, while Ryan Nugent-Hopkins netted a pair of goals in the win. The Oilers are back in action tomorrow. They welcome in the Calgary Flames. Just 8 other games around the league last night. The Red Wings came back to win it over the Caps 3-2 in overtime. McKinnon scores twice, snapping the Wild's 7-game win streak 5-1. Senators all over the Bruins 6-2. Mammoth get by the Jets in overtime 4-3. The Leafs have now lost their last 3, getting pumped by the Stars 5-1, and the Sabres beat the Devils 3-1, winning their 6th straight. Sidney Crosby makes franchise history, becoming the Penguins' all-time leader in points after passing Mario Lemieux in their 4-3 shootout win over the Habs. Today, just 4 games that dot the schedule in the NHL. The Blues are in Tampa taking on the Lightning. The Flyers host the Canucks. The Kings take on the Blue Jackets. And the Kraken are in Anaheim to face the Ducks. Last night's Sunday Nighter saw Drake May throw for 2 touchdowns and 380 yards as the Patriots defeated the Ravens 28-24. Week 16 wraps up tonight when the Colts welcome in the 49ers over to the association, where the Raptors have lost their last 2 games after falling to the Nets 96-81. The Raptors are now 17-13 on the season and don't hit the court again until tomorrow. Tonight in the association, just 7 games that dot the schedule. The Sports Update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. For over 33 years, Paramount's family-owned business has a reputation for earning trust through fair pricing, dependable service, and quality workmanship. Get your holiday ready with Paramount Flooring. Flooring for the life you live. Call 780-483-1991. Don't forget to mention EST for an extra 10% off. I'm YouTube Trev, and you're up to date.
Try. Leon scored a goal tonight. Watching him play is quite a sight. You know this song is tight. Oilers fans, come on. You loved him endlessly since he was drafted number 3. He's a center with a size that was born in Cologne. Try to stop him, you can't do much more. That ain't no lie. You just wanna see him shoot and score. It was try. Gonna make a fool out of you. Probably score a goal and assist on 2. You can't stop him, and that ain't no lie. Cause it's try. Don't Don't even try to play him rough. Leon is a German, so you know he's tough. His hands are crazy and Aikens loves his eyes. Yeah, it's try. Gonna make a fool out of you. Probably score a goal and assist on 2. You can't stop him, and that ain't no lie, 'cause it's try. Don't even try to play him rough. Leon is a German, so you know he's tough.
This is the Nielson Show with Lieutenant Eric, but no Lieutenant Eric or Dustin Nielson, Matt Iwanyk, and Dave Jamieson in for Dusty and Eric. Nielson Show songs brought to you by Totem Outdoor Outfitters, a family store that takes pride in finding the right fit for you. Visit them 7430 99th Street or online at totemoutfitters.ca. Paris Jewelers Inbox 780-218-9999. You can jump in there. Also, you can jump in to the Nasty Chat. Already ripped for not talking enough Oilers.
Yeah,
in
come
those
on.
first 30 minutes.
Talk Oilers.
What was the comment there? It was something along NFL talk after 2 games this weekend. What do you expect from me? If you haven't listened to a Matt Iwanyk run show,
Two, was I not correct? Telling it like when he's in charge, man.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no, you're
He
absolutely
almost
correct.
forgets we've got a team here.
Yeah, I know.
In Edmonton.
Edmonton.
Oh, come on, man.
Also, like, in the 6 o'clock hour, we've got ProLux Lighting Morning After Show, which is about to happen. In mere seconds, we're going to get to that.
Right.
I'm not giving up all the Oilers stuff that we have right off that bat. We have
Well,
too much to get to. I was told. Here's
Recycle.
Morning announcements.
Yes.
Just some sports headlines. Well, I guess we did a little more than the headlines, but that's what Dusty wrote for me there.
Okay.
It doesn't say Oilers only.
Not a lot of stage
So just
direction
throwing that one in there. No. The ProLux Lighting Morning After Show, simplifying lighting with service you can count on, covering all of Alberta. All of Alberta.
All of it.
It's big. Visit ProLux.com.
Did they do our lights in here? Because, man, those things are coming in hot.
They're actually supposed to be doing our lighting.
Oh.
There's an AI thing apparently where it like
What is this AI you speak of?
Dusty told me about this, that there's a way of
What is
where
this?
they could like it like measures and it like learns how you're using lights and whether you're in there or not or something, and it turns on and off type thing. I don't know. Don't ask me. These are things that I don't. Oh, I have to get that ProLux lighting thing.
Okay. Oh, you get up and leave the set.
Oh, I don't have to leave the set. It's just right over here. I know there's a ProLux. This is for the bright light of the night.
Don't I have to?
Oh, this is the championship that will be, awarded at the end of the season. Do you think,
I know that.
think the Oilers will let us present the trophy to any of those players?
I hope
the
we
Oilers
do
are
it.
a very lovely.
I hope we do it better than we're doing it right now.
They're a very lovely organization
Phil
for things
Pritchard.
like that, I believe.
Okay. Team should have a better
Oilers.
place. Yes. Talk hockey, please.
Yeah, they beat the Vegas Golden Knights yesterday.
did.
4-3. Golden Knights, who are a good comeback team, by the way. Jack Michaels was talking about that a little bit on the broadcast. Like, hey, going into the fourth period, he's like, this is a big league.
Fourth period or third?
Third period. Sorry.
Third period.
Third
Sorry,
period. I'm losing my mind there with
it's all
the
right.
4 goals there.
Yes.
In the third period team, and then Jack Michaels was just like, don't go anywhere. Like this third period, like it is the Golden Knights. They do have things that they can do. And
Jack is always very good at putting up a cautionary hand to say, hey, now.
And I'm sitting there, it's 4-1. Like it's over.
Yeah, but
Golden Knights come back, get the 2 goals.
But when did they get
Leon misses an empty net on a power play.
Oh.
And then you think, like, okay, well, like Ingram, first NHL start in a while, like, could the Golden Knights actually tie this up? Good on the Edmonton Oilers for holding that down across the board. Ingram making some nice saves late as well, making the saves
big
when
one
needed
off
to.
Braden McNabb.
Absolutely. And the Edmonton Oilers find a way to close things down. I don't care that they gave up 3 goals in the end. They didn't give up that fourth in that hockey.
But someone in the inbox, some nasty, will care that they gave up 3 goals. So that could be a line. That could be a part of the narrative.
But credit to the Edmonton Oilers on that. I'll move over a little for you, Trev. Don't worry there. We got to get to EST big moment that happened. For me,
Yes.
it was that first goal from Connor McDavid, because that was one of those goals where you sit there and you go, beautiful goal. It's Connor McDavid. This is going to be his game. And we saw it for that game. Connor McDavid was absolutely on fire throughout that game. He looked like that. It was going to be complete like that Connor game.
10-game point streak he's on.
10-game point streak, was just skating around the defenders at will when he wanted to. That was, to me, the EST big moment that happened. Does anyone else have a different one?
I have the Ingram save. Because that could tie it.
That's
obviously
a great
would
point.
have tied it. And that would have been for, I guess, not the players necessarily, but certainly some fans who go, okay, that would be a sign that maybe Ingram isn't NHL ready right now. You know? Because that'd be a heavy, heavy load for him. And I know we're going to hear from him later.
Yeah, we're going to hear from him in this segment because you
I'm
really
gonna
like
tease
what you
it,
heard
but
about
I
him.
listened to it live last night, his post game, media veil. And like most of us, I don't remember most of the post game comments unless it was something, from a coach that, it was at the podium after a big game. The Connor Ingram, I'm not going to call it a speech, it was a conversation, is unlike anything I've heard in recent time. It was that kind of good. There was a guy that just laid it out as to what his journey's been like, and it was terrific.
I will say that the city has been lucky too with Stuart Skinner, because he was a guy that generally, when you listen to him post game, it wasn't cliches, it was honest,
accountable, available, and
then a lot of other fans didn't like that at times, with some of the things he said. But he wasn't cliche machine. He wasn't a guy that just sat there and barely said anything.
It's funny, we want an athlete to be real and relatable and accountable.
Except in hockey, on your team. Right. That's when you don't want it. Super stat of the night. I'm going to give credit to Preston Hodgkinson from the Daily Hive for this one.
Okay.
Because he tweeted this last night. The Edmonton Oilers this season, without Stuart Skinner or Calvin Pickard in net, are 4-0 now. 3-0 with Tristan Jarry, now 1-0 with Connor Ingram.
Okay, was it Rashad
last night? They would be 82-0 if you prorate that through an entire season.
They're going to have to go out and acquire a goaltender a week.
Oh, we don't have a mic. Do you want a mic sock?
No, why? Am I over-modulating?
No, I just...
I don't know if we have it in the budget.
I have extra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well, it's so like you to be hoarding them.
Sorry to interrupt there, but I just noticed that.
Hey, can we just kind of stop down here a minute? Was it Rashog that first reported that Jarry will be out for what appears to be a couple of weeks?
Knobloch had an avail yesterday.
Yeah.
Knobloch had an avail yesterday, and he said that it'll be a few weeks. I will say, we'll see how the Oilers, January is a very busy month.
Mm-hmm.
This will be result-based for me, but if the Edmonton Oilers, the moment Tristan Jarry says he's good is the moment you say, take one more week. We need you for April. We need you for May. We need you for June. We don't necessarily need you right now. Take an extra week. Now, the reason I say result-based is I would say that for almost any player.
But
the Oilers need, without Tristan Jarry, I don't know how long could Calvin Pickard and Connor Ingram carry this team? How far can they, I don't know the answer to that. I'm not going to say it's going to be terrible with them. I'm not going to say it's going to be great with them and they'll be just fine. That's where if the Oilers get on a 4-game losing streak and you're seeing bad hockey being played, that's one where if Tristan Jarry says, I'm good to go, you might sit there and be like, Kate, we're ready. Come on in. But if the Edmonton Oilers are sitting where they are, even if they dip a little bit, are right there in that wild card conversation, you do everything necessary to make sure Tristan Jarry is as healthy as you believe he can be before coming back. And if he says, I am good to go, you absolutely sit there and go, I need you to wait a couple more days then. Let's just make sure you're absolutely healthy.
We don't have to belabor that he's gone now. The criticisms around Skinner and certainly the criticisms mounted until they reached a point where he was gone. But he was always available. I mean, am I wrong in terms of his durability? No.
Yeah. No, that's one thing you can't knock on Skinner.
And they were winning games.
He just had
he
had a concussion issue last year where it was 6 or 9 games, something like that, where Calvin Pickard had to carry the load later last season.
Yeah.
That's about all I could remember.
Yeah. He was very consistent as far as being able to play. He was always there, which can't really say the same for Tristan Jarry.
What's the best ability?
You can't in his career.
Yeah.
You can't.
So far.
Yeah.
So, and then that was always going to be a risk with Tristan Jarry, but that's where it's also I don't care if I'm Stan Bowman or Jeff Jackson if he's ready to go in January as much. If the Oilers are pulling off, I don't even care if they haven't won 3 straight still. As long as they're keeping the pace of 2 out of every 3 type thing. If they could find a way to do that.
I might have more faith in Pickard than most. And also based on what you hear about him, I think the team in front of him likes playing in front of him.
This might be the best thing for Calvin Pickard.
Might.
In that the Oilers are now getting to see what they get with Connor Ingram, and you might be out of an NHL job. That if Tristan Jarry's weeks away, they might sit there and go, well, who is the better goalie after those weeks? If Connor Ingram is absolutely outplaying Calvin Pickard, you can't keep Calvin Pickard over Connor Ingram then. You got to go with who's the best backup goalie for this team. And so for Calvin Pickard, the guy next to you is legit, could take your job in a few weeks. So that might cause him to play his absolute best. It might bring out the best in him. We
have a goaltender on staff. So this is a question I'll workshop it right now. Set aside the feel good, the very feel good part of the Connor Ingram story. Was he good in goal last night? I mean, he's the winning goaltender, but people who watch that position far more closely than I do and certainly understand what it takes. Did Ingram play well?
Well, good for you. Thing for you, Jamo. At 8:30, Joaquin Gage is going to be on the show with us. We'll talk to Gager.
I had a sense Gage would be with us.
Okay. In there. 4th and 38th star of the game. Trev, what do we got for that?
Yeah, we're just talking about him, but I think I am going to give it to Connor Ingram. It makes his Oilers debut. I think he was good enough to get the 4th star. Posted at .897 save percentage, but if you look at league average, that's right about where it is in the NHL right now. So I thought he looked solid. And in the third period, I mean, there were several saves that he made in the last 10 minutes where I was like, damn, like, look at that. He's right there. Like, he was very well positioned. I was pretty surprised by how good he looked, considering the fact that his numbers, I mean, his save percentage in the AHL is the worst. If you're looking at all the goalies, comparing it, he does have the worst save percentage.
I saw the graphic that had he and Pickard.
Compared, they have the worst NHL and the worst AHL save percentage.
And any hockey being played in the free world.
Yeah.
You're the best at something.
Yeah, he's the best
You're
at
the best at being the worst right now. You're the best at something.
Absolutely. So it's a good story to come in and play, a pretty good team, Vegas Golden Knights. Yep. I'm absolutely okay with giving him the 4th star of the game. And then as we go to the 38th star, the boys are asking me, what do we look for here? And I say we look for donuts. And no one had more donuts than this guy on the other side of the ice, Brandon Saad. I know we were talking about him a little bit last year. And like, should the Oilers, inquire about getting him? Thank God they didn't. I just feel like he's got nothing going for him anymore. 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 points. Nothing. Like 13 minutes he had, time on ice, 17 shifts, and he had 1 shot to show for it. So I don't know. I barely even recognized him when I saw him. I'm like, oh, he played last night. Kind of one of those.
Okay. Can you get to the text from last night?
Yes, Liquid Beaver.
This is go.
I was listening to this during the post-game show, and Liquid Beaver texted in, "Nice win. I really like what Frederick brought tonight. I think they finally found a role for him," which is just like the guy doesn't even play and he's taking strays.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a sly bit of texting there from the... Do I have it correct when I say Liquid Beaver?
Liquid Beaver.
Thank you.
Awesome guy. Wonderful individual. A couple texts I want to get to, and then we're going to hear from Connor Ingram, and then we'll get to the Prolux Lighting Bright Light of the Night. Bones, Connor Ingram needs a conch for the win and the journey back to the NHL. Sure, why not? Tube socks, the Oilers needed to allow those 3 goals for the sake of my parlay. And the Wolf. The Wolf did. I like how you started with the Wolf. The Wolf didn't like Ingram's lateral movement last night. There were times where you could see he was trying to kick off, but he couldn't get his skate into the ice. It's a start, but you could really tell it was a downgrade last night. And then Rusty also saying, you act like Jari was always injury prone. Do your research. Well, it's the second time this season Tristan Jarry has been injured. In 2023, he was placed in the injured reserve twice that season. So in the last couple of years, he's been on the injured list a couple times, and that puts you into a conversation of, can you stay healthy? And when he was traded, there was a lot of discussion, like from all around. Are you taking a chance on a guy that can he stay healthy? That and at the very least, when you're comparing it to what Stuart Skinner had, it was
or that conversation.
Absolutely,
what's going to happen?
Is it one that you expect that he's going to be hurt week in and week out, and you're barely going to get 20 games from the guy? No. But there can be a very fair conversation in terms of injury status. He also hasn't always been playing, and he's been getting injured, like partly because he's not the starting goalie. Let's hear from Connor Ingram last night speaking to the media postgame.
That's how you felt in there tonight and what the last 48 hours or so have been like for you.
It's been hectic, but I mean, at the end of the day, no matter what level you're in, my job is just to stop the puck. I don't have to learn a forecheck or things like that. My job never changes. So guys have did a great job making me feel welcome and kind of showing me everything that I need to know, and it's been great.
Connor, what did getting the start here and coming back to the NHL and picking up the W mean to you personally?
It's good. I mean, there's a lot of days I didn't think it'd ever happen again. I mean, it's just the truth of it in this world. This is a competitive game there's 64 spots in the world to do this, so you don't take it for granted any day you're up here. It's a huge honor.
It's a big day in Imperial, Saskatchewan. The coach gets you get away. What do you think they were doing in Imperial tonight? Watching you?
I bet they were in the rink watching it. Maybe the bar. I don't know. I'll have to text Dad and see what he was up to.
What does it feel like for you, getting back into it in the American League? I mean, we all saw the stats. Obviously, you're trying to find your game and trying to feel it. And then you get back up here. I don't know, is there a comfort level being up here? Like, what was that grind like, trying to find your game?
It was hard. Obviously, I didn't get to go to camp, so that was a huge setback. I think I was in Utah when that happened, so I took 2 weeks without touching the ice, and that's hard to come back from right before the season. So it took me a sec to get it going again. But at that point, like I said before, it's just hockey. You put your skates on the same way no matter where you are, and just go and try to do your best. Every dog has their day.
Not sure how much you heard, but there was a good cheer when you made the first save today. Were you aware of that, or do you remember that
No,
save?
I black out out there.
What's off the wing was a good save.
Yeah.
First couple of minutes.
No, I don't remember what happened. I remember doing it, but after that, no.
What's the difference between coming back and playing in the American League, where it's more scrambling, and then you come back to the NHL for a goal?
Yeah, I think it's easier. I mean, in this, what you think should happen does happen. I rely heavily on reading the game. I've never been a guy that was fast enough or quick enough to kind of react, so I had to be one step ahead. And this league, it's just easier to do that. Where you think the puck is going to go, 90% of the time it does. So it's just easier to kind of read and figure it out from there. But it's also a huge step. I mean, that's a lot faster than what I've used to for the last couple of months. So there's still a lot of work to be done.
When you have been through what you've been through and away from the game for as long as you've been away from it, when you finally get a chance to come back and play and you get the start, how do you not make too much of it? How do you stay focused and not?
I think you said it in the question. I've been through enough to know that the sun's coming up tomorrow. No matter what happens in this life, I got a wife and a family that loves me, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. You want to win hockey games, but there's a lot more to life than just hockey.
When you look at your game, I mean, play a pretty good game for your first time coming up, pretty hectic day and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Where does your game go from here? Because your game got a lot better.
Yeah, I think I had a lot of help today. Nurse breaks one up there at the end of the game. That's an empty net if he doesn't. So it's not just me. I thought all of us played well, and I think save percentage is a team stat. So when we do a job like we did today, it makes my job easier. I thought it was a great effort from top to bottom.
What's the story with the mask? Looks like you still got to fill it out, or how's that working?
No, the last 5 years have looked like that. Yeah. The point of them is supposed to be that from the crowd you can't tell what it is, but up close it has detail.
Yeah, okay.
It's kind of just like the pads. There's touch of orange in them, but you got to be pretty close to see it. Yeah.
Why is that from the Joker on the back? Is that
Yeah, it's like the opening scene when he has the mask in it, but they just put a goalie mask in it. So
why'd you like that?
I've always had the Joker since I've been in the NHL, but we used a different artist this time in Bakersfield, so I thought I'd change it up. I thought it turned out really well, actually.
What's the most fun part about being back in the NHL after you've been away?
Just being around it. I mean, this is what you dream of your whole life. You don't dream of playing in the American League. You want to play in the NHL. So, like I said before, you don't take any day for granted, and every day you're here is a good day.
You're here, obviously through your hard work. People along the way have obviously believed in you. So who do you point to as the people that have sort of backed you and believed in you through this?
Everyone that stood beside me. There's been dark days. I rely heavily on Sarah, my dad, my brothers. Met a couple fantastic therapists along the way. The NHL program. I mean, Dr. Gold sent me a text yesterday when he saw I got called up just asking how I was doing. So, if you surround yourself in life with good people, when you need them, they're going to be there. And I think when you go through struggles, you find out who the people that really are around, and those are the people you want to keep around.
Your dad a farmer?
I was a high school teacher.
Oh, in high school, what did you teach?
Math and gym. Yeah.
How are you with math at school?
Math is my thing. I have trouble reading. Yeah, my reading comprehension is below average. Yeah. Numbers are okay.
Chris Fuller in the Nasty Chat, his comment, quote, "You don't dream of playing in the AHL, you dream of playing in the NHL." Spot on, man.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of wisdom in that, 5 minutes of Connor Ingram? Cheering for that guy all year.
Says, just
a lot more life
enjoy.
than
Spec asked, what do you like about being there? Just being around. it must feel a lot nicer. Just those little extra things. We'll have to ask Gage.
It's not for us to ask what he has gone through. Let's just leave it as he has come through a difficult period in his life. And to see him in a place where he looks and sounds, comfortable and really appreciative of what he has currently in front of him. And man,
which could be a dangerous goalie. Like, people want to point his American Hockey League numbers, but as he just kind of dream. Now you're in the NHL, and if his thing is, I'm just going to embrace every day, that could be a dangerous goalie for the Edmonton Oilers to have behind the net, because he's just going out there almost a little carefree in a sense, which could be a good thing at times. By the way, portions of this hour of the Nielson Show, the 6 o'clock hour, it is brought to you by Ewell, your power play specialist. Ewell has the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. You can order online anytime at ewell.ca, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. Vance Van Vandervan, 2 more days of work, then I'm off for 12 days while still getting paid. Just call me Trent Frederick.
Well,
that is your early contender for text of the day for Royal Pizza. Also, your Prolux lighting.
We should have a rim shot.
Bright light of the night. This will go to Connor McDavid. There's your morning after show. We got to get to good, bad, and ugly before we get to Darren Dreger in the next hour, along with Mike Teneer. Good, bad, and ugly. I'm going to just start with my good from this weekend.
Please.
I could go off for the rest of this show, but I promise I'll only take a couple minutes right now. The U, baby. The U. We go to Texas A&M. Get the victory. Thank you, Fletcher. Mackay was great as well. Carson Beck did basically nothing, but he didn't have to. The defense was dominant out there, holding Texas A&M to 3 points with their 12th man everywhere. The U, I don't want to say we're back yet, but we get Ohio State on December 31st, the rematch. They've played twice since, but really, it's the rematch since we got screwed.
And how did the playmaker take it? How did the playmaker take it?
He was on the field just losing it.
He was.
He was all fired up.
Yes, it's all natural.
He was there.
Isn't it, that energy?
He was at the fight on the night before.
Yes,
he flew there. He got there. Johnny Manziel couldn't make that flight. He wasn't the guest picker. He was supposed to be. But the U, baby, get the big victory Saturday morning. I was very excited. I was very happy. It was a very tight game. When Fletcher blew that big run off late in the fourth quarter, felt great just knowing we're in scoring position. And yeah, I'm using we completely on this one. That is my good from this weekend.
Okay,
Jamo?
I'm going to come back onto the grid. I'm going with Connor Ingram. I don't know how there is. I mean, I could have gone Crosby, but I'm bringing it back where it should be, Matty.
No,
you and your football.
Yeah,
college football, no less.
It was a great game.
I'm sure it was.
Malachi Toney was pretty solid as well. They had a couple moments. The kicker struggled in that game. My Miami kicker missed 3 kicks. I was not happy with him. I was about to go Jay Milne on him today. My complete bad would have been on that kicker.
Jay doesn't like kickers?
Jay can't stand kickers. Let's just go there. Trev?
Well, I'm happy for you, Matty.
Thank you. I see what you did there.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Lots of good from the weekend, obviously. Sid Crosby making history. Ike Howard, Oilers' best prospect. He's just crushing it right now.
Got the sombrero.
I'm going to go with the other Connor McDavid. He's just absolutely lights out right now playing. I mean, he's at its peak. He's at his peak right now. Like, I think he might be able to play a little bit better, but as far as points go, like it's crazy what he's been able to do. Him and Leon both in their last 10 games have 47 points combined. He shot his way up to first in league scoring, which is crazy because Nathan McKinnon started the season at a career. He still is on a career pace for a career high, right? Like it's crazy that McDavid had such a terrible start, for Connor McDavid standards. It wasn't the best start, and now he's first. Like, that is so impressive. So McDavid, just watch out. It's fun hockey. I love it. I'm
staying selfish. My bad. Manchester United, we lost yesterday to Aston Villa. Not only did we lose, Bruno Fernandes, our captain, got hurt. Soft tissue, which could keep him out for a while. I know, right? Immediately. Ooh, not good.
Not good.
I don't know where I am with Manchester United. I don't know if I want Ruben Amorim to be sacked or not, but not good. We play on Boxing Day against Newcastle, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I've had another. Actually, going back to the good. No, just back to college football too.
Can't do this.
Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Yes.
BYU Georgia Tech. They're adding sprinkles on the helmet.
Oh, that's
The Pop-Tart Bowl keeps crushing it.
Sure they
Good
do.
job. Notre Dame could have been this game, but they're little babies. And they chose not to play in a college football game. Yeah, that's another good to throw out there. But my bad, Manchester
They're
United
above
lost.
it all. Notre Dame.
Oh, it's awful.
They have the hand of God.
You're bad?
My bad, the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
I could go on. I had Detroit as a, at least in my small brain, a potential Super Bowl. And now to see where they're at, not done, but it is worrisome to see where they're at right now.
Trev?
Yeah, this was actually going to be my good because it was, but I changed. But it was good to see Jake Paul get knocked out. But as a whole, that fight was bad. It was just a bad fight. It was boring. 6 rounds, $92 million for both Paul and Joshua. Joshua
has to, taxes are going to eat up a huge chunk of his.
Jeez, but it was a bad fight, and it was so satisfying to see. I mean, for the first time ever, he kind of really went up against a legit boxer and former, heavyweight champion. You could tell right away as soon as that bell rung. I mean, he was backing up that whole fight, backing up. Like it was no competition. So it was just a bad fight, but also it was good to see Paul get knocked out. I loved it.
And that's my ugly for the weekend. You had the announcer of the Netflix broadcast, Ranello, just go and be like, fans did not pay for this crap.
Just
calling it out. I know there's some people that be like, well, he still got in the ring and he found a way to survive. I'll give Paul credit for getting up the amount of times he did get up. That's actually, if any of us took any of those punches, we ain't getting close to getting up. So I'll give him credit for that. But the running around, the falling, the hugging.
Taking down,
and it was clear Joshua was like, okay, I need to get this to a certain, he was paid to be like, we need to go a certain distance.
Yeah.
Because he could have ended that a lot sooner. He wasn't really going. Then you could just see, there's one picture of him just smiling.
Smiling in the knockout punch. That was so funny.
That
doesn't
finally,
happen.
Yeah. He went in going, I'm going to knock this little punk out. But I have to wait till my moment comes because I'm not allowed to do it earlier.
Yeah.
And it was an embarrassing fight until finally you're like, okay, Joshua might actually knock him out. And then you're fault walling those.
You remember the show Pros versus Joes?
Yes.
From years ago, whenever that was. Look, I'm hardly a Max Kellerman boxing purist kind of person, but I love boxing at the highest level. I think it's an amazing experience. What offends me about Jake Paul is this sort of guy, if you will, just kind of, pissing around with this.
Yeah.
It's serious stuff.
Yeah.
These men and women that box at the highest levels, they are craftsmen.
Yeah.
And to do that, I think just denigrates what they do. That's where I get. And I know he's brought new eyes to the sport because of who he is. I get all of that. Doesn't mean I like it.
Well said.
Do you have a quick ugly?
Toronto Maple Leafs, they suck.
Come on now, Canada's team. This is just, they're in a bit of a dry spell.
That leads us very nicely. Coming up next, Darren Dreger. He is TSN Hockey Insider. He's our GS Construction Insider, Hockey Insider right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. He's going to be joining us in a few minutes. We'll talk about this. We'll have to find out what's going on with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Is Craig Berube going to be done? We have Mike Teneer coming up in the next hour. Play Alberta early bird bet of the day. A reminder, we still have kind of easy trivia to come for Mr. Mike's GC. 3 questions too many for Park Mazda, but also get those texts in to the Parish Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. Vance Van Vanderdam has the lead for the Royal Pizza
Clubhouse
text
leader
of the day. Coming up next, it is Darren Dreger. He's Dave Jamieson. I'm Matt Iwanyk. Trev's got a sports update for Expedia Cruises. We're back on the other side with Dreger here at Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports.
The Edmonton Oilers held on to the victory last night with a 4-3 win over the Golden Knights. Connor Ingram made 26 saves in his Oilers debut, while Ryan Nugent-Hopkins netted a pair of goals in the win. The Oilers are back in action tomorrow when they welcome in the Calgary Flames. Just 8 other games around the league last night. The Red Wings came back to win it over the Caps 3-2 in overtime. McKinnon scores twice, snapping the Wild's 7-game winning streak 5-1. Senators all over the Bruins 6-2. The Mammoth get by the Jets 4-3 in overtime. Leafs have now lost 3 straight after getting pumped by the Stars 5-1. The Sabres beat the Devils 3-1. winning their 6th straight. And Sidney Crosby makes franchise history, becoming the Penguins' all-time leader in points after passing Mario Lemieux in their 4-3 shootout win over the Habs. Today, just 4 games in the NHL. The Blues are in Tampa taking on the Lightning. The Flyers host the Canucks. The Kings take on the Blue Jackets. And the Kraken are in Anaheim to face the Ducks. Last night, Sunday Nighters saw Drake May throw for 2 touchdowns and 380 yards as the Patriots defeated the Ravens 28-24. Week 16 wraps up tonight when the Colts welcome in the 49ers. And over to the association, where the Raptors have lost their last 2 games after falling 96-81 to the Nets. The Raptors are now 17-13 on the season and don't hit the court again until tomorrow. Tonight in the association, just 7 games dot the schedule. Whether you're dreaming of crystal clear waters or exotic destinations, contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton to start planning your next cruise or vacation destination. Call 780-970-4834. I'm YouTube Trev. You're up to date.
Oh, baby. Yeah. Oh, listen to this. 18,000 watching every night. No more staph infection, so you can take flight. It's okay that you don't shoot right. Your future's still very bright. Your future's very bright. A 7-year deal is what you sign. Well, with an AAV that we don't mind. So now with Lawson by your side, yeah, we know you're gonna be just fine. You know who you are, Clefbaum, yeah. Oscar Clefbaum. Every time you score a goal, we're gonna play the song. Clefbaum, Oscar Clefbaum. And Oscar, you can do no wrong. Oscar, you can do no wrong. Clefbaum, Oscar Clefbaum. Every time you score a goal, we're gonna play the song. Clefbaum, Oscar Clefbaum. And Oscar, you can do no wrong. You can do no wrong. And Oscar, you can do no wrong.
The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
We're back here on the Nielson Show with Lieutenant Eric, presented by Weish Johnson here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. Thank you to everyone for listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, variety that rocks. Thank you, Jamo. Matt Iwanyk, Dave Jamieson in for Dusty and Eric alongside YouTube Trev. Portions of this hour of the Nielson Show are brought to you by GameSense. When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense. We will connect with Darren Dreger when he logs in as soon as we can, who is a hockey insider for GS Construction. Just a reminder, we're live in the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio here on the west end of town. It's still dark. Actually, I got to hold off on that. We've got That's Good.
Yes,
at 7:30 for the Italian Center.
I thought you'd
Mike
seen
Teneer.
something out the window that caused you concern.
Not caused me concern, but we're calling Dreger. We're going to have Dreger on the phone momentarily here, so we don't get to see Darren.
Oh.
That's too bad. No, it'll make a little sense during That's Good for the Italian Center. And then the Play Alberta early bird bet of the day. It is up. I did send it. I don't know what it's boosted to. I'm not telling you what it is yet. You got to wait till after we speak to Dreger to find out what that is. That's called a tease there, Jamo, in this business.
Oh, I haven't forgotten how it's done.
I'm so good at those teases.
Yes, you are.
You should just see me go. I can't do it on the Hangout, so when I come here, I tease like nothing else. be impossible to tease on the Hangout. Because I have no idea where that show is going at any day. EST special, it's plus 225.
Okay.
So we'll get to that. Play Alberta, playalberta.ca. Download the app, visit them. EST Sports, deposit 50, get a $50 free sports bet. I believe we're going to be good to go momentarily here with Darren Dreger. He's our hockey insider for GS Construction. More than 5 decades, GS Construction has been proud to serve our communities and work alongside incredible people, helping Edmonton grow for over 50 years. Visit gsconstruction.ca for more details wherever you go in the city of Edmonton and you look at if there's construction going on. Very good chance you're going to see GS Construction as they're just those leaders that are doing everything in town. We're good to go. On the Firehouse Subs hotline, we've got Darren Dreger, TSN, a hockey insider. Darren, you're with Matt Iwanyk and Dave Jamieson today. I really appreciate the time on this Monday morning. We want to start with here in Edmonton as the Oilers, they make the trade to get Tristan Jarry. Last week, he goes down. He's going to be out for a few weeks. We saw this weekend both Pickard and Ingram get some action. But just from your spot, how dire is this injury for the Edmonton Oilers? Are they capable of withstanding the loss of Jarry with the 2 goalies that they have, or are they going to need to go out and maybe do something after the roster freeze?
No, I mean, they're capable. I think that's the short and the easy and the accurate answers. Yeah, they're capable. Do they have to play a different game? Well, let's see defensively how they maintain their structure. When you've got Connor McDavid doing what he's doing, again, you've got Nuge, who came up with 2 nice goals last night, Zach Hyman, Leon Draisaitl. I mean, those are among the best of the best in the National Hockey League. So when you've got that firepower clicking, and again, as long as you're in tune defensively, goaltending matters. It always matters. Average sometimes is good enough. A lot of times it isn't good enough. But if the first 2 things continue to go the way the Oilers are playing, then I don't know that goaltending is going to be as big a story as it might be locally. Guys, I remember having a conversation, and let's not read too much, into Connor Ingram and his return to the NHL. It's a great story. Everyone's glad to see him back in an NHL crease. He makes 26 saves, but I remember having this conversation with Jamie McLennan when Ingram was first brought on board. Not, with the promotion of the National Hockey League, when he was brought into the American League, and the questions that were being asked, and Noodles at the time said, you know what, this guy he's capable of being a really good NHL goaltender. And, I haven't checked with Noodles. I assume he feels the same, but also because Edmonton gave Connor Ingram the time that he needed in Bakersfield to just feel good about his game again, right? And get back to his routine and everything that he does. So you can look at the injuries, you can look at the stories that were there around Stu Skinner and Cal Pickard, and you can question goalie depth, but I don't think that there's a reason to yet. All right. Jarry is out. That's fine. As long as Connor Ingram and Cal Pickard can shoulder the load, then I think the Oilers are more than capable of doing the rest.
The Oilers last night, it was the first time this season that they had McDavid, Leon, Hyman, Nugent Hopkins, Roslovic all in the lineup as forward group. But no Jarry, no Jake Wallman. Like, for the most part, this team has always been missing something during the season. This is, are Stan Bowman and Jeff Jackson now just kind of in a wait period to see what this team looks like when everyone's healthy? Or do you think there's still guys that are actively working the phones to maybe make some sort of move once the roster freeze is complete?
Oh, yeah, they're always active. For sure they are. I mean, that's just, in essence, what a general manager does. You're staying in tune. And, you never want to be that guy that sees a trade go through and goes, well, it's one thing to know that you can't afford the piece that was just moved, but you want to be in every conversation. Because if there's a player moved and say it's for lower, like that Marchman trade, just to derail here a little bit to Columbus, kind of surprised me. And, I happen to like Mason Marchman. I don't know that he's had the best year. I get all that, but he's a big, strong player. And if he's in your bottom 6, you've got a pretty good roster, I think. So, for Columbus to acquire him for what they gave up to get him, I don't quite get it. That one doesn't. And if I were a president or involved in ownership, I would be having that hockey operations conversation. And I'm not saying that Stan wasn't involved, and I'm not pinning this on the Oilers. I could name 30 other clubs. Toronto is screaming for help up front. how active was Brad Treliving in that trade talk? I don't know. But that's an example of conversations that, of course, Stan Bowman would participate in. But it's hard, fellas. It's hard because, unless you're willing to dole out better assets than you're comfortable doling out, you got to sit and you've got to be patient. You've got to hope that the answers are internal, because the reality of the league this year, more than any year I can remember, is every team has a list of significant injuries, and we're talking about key pieces, important players, and you have to be able to just work through and manage through that stuff, because these teams and the workload they have scheduling wise, it's borderline bonkers. So I think most managers are just trying to keep their head above the waterline.
NHL insider Darren Dreger joining us here on the Nielson Show on the Firehouse hotline at Firehouse Subs. All our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted bun. We're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go for Firehouse Subs' fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder, made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese, all on a perfectly toasted roll. 15 Firehouse Subs locations right across Edmonton and the greater area. It's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs, hot, hearty, made to satisfy. Darren, Sidney Crosby surpasses Mario Lemieux. I don't want to speak of Sidney Crosby in the past tense at all. He's got lots of great hockey left. Where do you go when you try to put perspective on what Crosby has done in his career to this point?
Leadership. I mean, that's where it starts for me.
Yeah.
And then obviously it shifts over to the great teams that Sidney Crosby was a big part of. We all remember the golden goal in 2010. The championships with the Pittsburgh Penguins and on and on and on. But beyond leadership, you think back, and Dave, you and I aren't quite old enough to remember, the era of the great leaders like Jean Beliveau. Sure. They go down the list, right? Mm-hmm. But we certainly recall the lore, and we can appreciate, what those great Hall of Famers meant to the game, meant to the community. Sidney Crosby, for me, is a throwback in that regard. He is. When's the last time you read or saw anything negative about Sidney Crosby? That was related to the game, something he said, God forbid, something he did off the ice. Rumors of never. Just doesn't happen. He's one of the game's true gentlemen. Again, just an incredible leader. And as he's gotten older in his game, what a teacher he's evolved into, right? So now I think, and there's been so much debate over what's the Olympic Canadian roster going to look like. And I think we've all had Macklin Celebrini on that roster for a long, long time. Deservedly so, just the way this kid has played. And we can recall the experiences that Crosby and Celebrini have shared. But imagine what Macklin Celebrini is going to take away from his time, extended period of time with Sidney Crosby in Italy. It's going to be next level. So those are the things I think that go well beyond his Hall of Fame resume, beyond the wins, the championships, the Olympic gold, and now the points. I mean, he's just truly one of, if not the best.
Changes in Buffalo, they were anticipated. They have, in fact, occurred. Kekalainen in. He was brought in as an advisor. He took a look at what was there from his early statements, bullish on the talent there, and he's already made some changes in the front office. What can we expect out of Buffalo now, both on the ice and off it?
Yeah, I mean, worst kept secret, I think, is the best way to describe that. And I have a ton of respect for Kevin Adams. I'm not saying that Kevin Adams shouldn't have been held accountable. Of course, that comes with a position of power and being a general manager. And Kevin Adams has a long time in that office. And, the Buffalo Sabres are still, kind of one of those teams that, they've had more stretches of good than bad this year, but nobody is betting on the Buffalo Sabres locking down a playoff spot in the East. Nobody. So maybe it was because of the mediocrity that finally got to Adams, and Terry Pegula, the owner, just said, okay, well, that's the reason I brought in Jarmo Kekalainen, was to help Kevin Adams, but he's the obvious plan B. So let's give Jarmo a chance. The one thing that always bites back on this, though, is, okay, so Jarmo Kekalainen, who, by the way, I don't know if you guys know Jarmo. He's just a terrific guy. He is. And he is a sound hockey mind, of course. But people remind, okay, well, look at his resume. Look at the transactions and the things that he did in Columbus. How'd that work out for Jarmo and the Blue Jackets? So, there's always a good and there's always a bad. And I feel like when you make changes like this, okay, those are tough decisions. Let's judge Jarmo Kekalainen and the Buffalo Sabres from the point of him coming into the GM chair. And so that's fair. And he brings in Josh Flynn. Again, everybody knew that was going to happen. Takes him from, Columbus. Guys, there'll be other pieces that move from Columbus to join the Buffalo Sabres. But now we're looking at the coach, right? And now we're going, okay, well, what about Lindy? I mean, Lindy was primarily brought back because Terry Pegula just wanted the stability of Lindy Ruff, and Kevin Adams agreed. So they had a bit of a bump, but I don't think that Jarmo is done by a long shot in terms of enacting change. And, if he doesn't have to address the coach, then why would he? But you can be sure that there will be changes with their lineup and with their bigger pieces, and maybe that starts with Alec Tuck, who's a pending unrestricted free agent. So Buffalo could be a hot spot for us.
We're at TSN Hockey Insider Darren Dreger for GS Construction. Darren, last one for you here. The Toronto Maple Leafs. There's a lot of talk and going on around them. What's the first likely move to come out of Toronto? Is it a trade? Is it a coaching change? Is it standing pat? Like, where do you think the Leafs go from here?
Well, it's hard to stand pat because they are. Let me just look at my notes here.
Second last in the East
points.
right now.
Yeah, 10 points back of Detroit in the Atlantic and 6 points out of a wild card spot. So, and then we keep waiting for the parity to sort of erode, division by division. And it just isn't. It isn't. And so teams will lose 3 games, but then they'll win 2 or 3 games. And the balance is always there. And that's the issue that the Leafs face. What would be most concerning for me, guys, if I were a Leafs fan, is they can't score. They can't score. Austin Matthews on a breakaway last night. Willie Nylander's gone, 11 games. John Tavares looks like a 36-year-old hockey player. They've dried up offensively, and that is a huge issue. They played pretty well, granted, last night against a good Stars team. I thought they defended well until they broke in the third period. The third goal that Dallas scored was the backbreaker, and then they blew that game open. Again, it's so easy for us in the media to grab to the sensational. And, that's firing Craig Berube. Or that's, okay, Brad Treliving, thanks, but no thanks, time to make the move. Who is better out there right now available that is going to manage this group better than Brad Treliving? Brad Treliving has been looking for a forward for 8 months, longer. He's got Chris Tanev out, Brandon Carlo out, Anthony Stolarz has been out now for an extended window of time. Like, those are significant holes in that Toronto Maple Leafs lineup. So I'm not saying that senior management or ownership is happy. They shouldn't be happy. They're probably having conversations internally about, well, what is our next move? What do we do? But unfortunately for the Leafs fan base, I think that at least for the moment, they've got to remain patient and hope that Matthews, Nylander, Tavares, all their big hitters can start to get the job done.
Darren, I really appreciate the time. You all set for Christmas? You all good to go for this week?
Yeah, more or less. I'm actually at my lake place in Manitoba.
Oh, nice.
My son works out here. So I came for a pre-Christmas visit. I'm actually going back east tomorrow. So I'll get in. I might have to do a little last-minute stuff on Christmas Eve, but nothing serious. The heavy lifting to this point is over.
Perfect. Well, enjoy that. Merry Christmas to you and the entire family. Darren and Dusty, we'll talk with you next week.
Yeah, happy holidays, guys. Be well.
Take care.
There's Darren Dreger, GS Construction Hockey Insider here in Edmonton Sports Talk, live on the Firehouse Subs hotline. Portions of this hour brought to you by Hammer Injury Law. Serious injuries need a hammer. Rick Mallett of Hammer Injury Law has over 35 years of injury law experience. Don't face your insurance company alone. Contact today for a free consultation and start your injury claim today. Visit hammerinjurylaw.ca or call 1-855-98-HAMMER. I believe Dusty and Eric have a thing where Eric goes, do it again, and then it's
do it again.
That's what they
that
say.
number again.
1-855-98-HAMMER, and then Dusty gets louder and louder, and I don't do it like them. The number is 1-855-98-HAMMER.
It's hammer time. It's hammer time.
Yeah, it's hammer time. Let's go, Matty. That was great, buddy. That was great.
I'm not Dusty. I'm not Eric. I don't have that type of energy in the morning show. That's just not going to come. Apologies to everyone on 95.7 Crew Rivers FM or across Edmonton Sports Talk and our audio streams. I never want to jinx things, but have we seen a single text about our stream today?
Oh.
No, we fixed it, buddy. It's
Don't
golden.
say. I'm not going to go
It
that
is
far.
perfect.
I'm not going that far.
I don't want to breach the etiquette.
I am.
But I heard, because I was listening to you guys, which I do frequently, there was an issue. Was that has that been going on for a while? Or even
last couple of weeks
talking
for
about
the
a
most
shutout
part.
in the second period?
I'll say this. Okay, just to quickly open it up. On our audio stream. So for those listening on Cruise FM, we're Edmonton Sports Talk.
Variety
we actually
that
are
rocks.
on the rest of the day too. We're not just on until 9 o'clock. We've got the Hangout. We've got Lock Shop. Today we got Oil Stream, EST Afternoons, The Reed Wilkins Show on EdmontonSportsTalk.com and tune in on iHeartRadio as well as on Apple Music or on YouTube or also on podcast, wherever you get your podcast. On our audio streams, I think from the very beginning on our website, our audio stream would shut off occasionally. It's just something that it was never always 100% perfect on our website. iHeart and TuneIn were better. But the last few weeks, apparently, the stream would just stop. And Dusty started talking with our provider, and they kept saying it was our internet.
The internet, eh?
They kept blaming us. And I came in, and Dusty's like, we need to get this figured out. And I was like, well, it's not our internet, though. Like, why is it all of a sudden starting? Like, I was very skeptical of these people. I considered at one point that they were bots. I've gotten various arguments with these people. They have gotten things, like, I just know that they just like to throw the buck our way when I know it's their problem.
Now, we're not using them by name, are we? Yet.
No, it's not RJ Magnet, though.
Yes.
So then finally, like the last couple of weeks, Dusty and I were going, or last week, and I went, like, look, something doesn't make sense here. Because whenever we've had internet issues, because we had this issue about a year ago or so, Whale and the Wolf would kick in. And Whale and the Wolf was kicking in all the time. And it was getting, and that was like, but now it's shutting off the stream. I'm like, can you explain that to me? How do we go from when the issue used to be this to now it's this?
Can you explain it to me? That was your first mistake. You never say that to the IT department.
Actually, no, because then they said, okay, well, we could try a test.
Oh, okay.
We'll give you a test server and you could test them. So then I did tests last week on two things, and the main stream kept shutting down. The test stream was perfect. So we went back to them and like, well, this is happening on the same internet. So how's it our internet? So we've switched streams, and I will knock on wood.
I did not vote for the internet, Trev. When it came up years ago, I was not in support. But you guys wanted it.
I just know during the 9 o'clock or the 6 o'clock hour, there've been a lot of issues over the last couple of weeks. That was a big hour for me.
Yeah.
So,
So
I don't want to jinx anything.
We fixed it.
What they say in television, it's good coming out of the truck.
We did. It's been a few days
Don't
now,
say
Matty.
we fixed it yet.
Been a few days now, Matty. We totally did.
I'll say it in 2026. We have a few more days to get there.
Internet.
That's a year.
Let's get to Play Alberta. Early bird bet of the day. It is for Play Alberta. EST Sports, EST Casino. Deposit $50, get a free $50 bet. Improved odds for all major North American leagues this year, including the NFL. And why I say including the NFL is that's where we're going to for the early bird bet today. I will be on the Lock Shop with Huss later today. We will recap the entire weekend in the National Football League and look ahead tonight's Monday Night Football game, but that's where the early bird bet is going tonight. It is the San Francisco 49ers in Indianapolis to take on the Colts.
Phillip Rivers
once again going up against the 49ers team that's back in the playoffs.
It's precarious there for a bit.
Big injury, losing Fred Warner and stuff, and they have room to spare. They don't even have to play the rest of these 3 games, and they will be getting ready for the playoffs. They take it on Phillip Rivers, who I don't know if we're going to expect a lot of great things. But he was adequate. Yeah, he was adequate against the Seahawks. But I think the 49ers, I like initially. I just liked their number at -5.5, so that's to win by 6 or more. And because of these two teams, I don't know if the 49ers are going to be a team that's going to put up 40 on this Colts team, 35 on this Colts team. They don't need to. I don't think the Colts are going to be able to score points. So I've bumped the over-under. This game, the line is set for 46. I moved it up to 50.5. So 50 and under is what the line is. So 49ers -5.5. game under 50 points. That's plus 225 boosted. You just go to playalberta.ca, click on EST specials. We'll build a lock shop parlay today. We'll have, Jay's not here, so I'll build the Jay's play of the day.
Where is everybody?
Well, we only have 3 people going today.
Oh, okay.
Better than years past. Jay's play of the day. We'll have the grandest parlay. So we will have all of that stuff going on over at Play Alberta exclusively. Just click on EST specials. But your early bird bet of the day, 49ers at minus 5.5, game under 50.5 points, boosted to plus 225. Casealer, Dino, Jay, is Matty still mad at you? I think he's talking to Big Uke there. Yeah. Big Uke ruined the hangout on Friday. Let's not forget that. He
Was
absolutely.
Big Uke in the hangout?
No, he wasn't. He just ruined the entire show.
No.
The door opened
said
and all of a
hi.
sudden he's there and Big Uke ruined it.
He just said hi. It was Merry Christmas.
He ruined it.
Man.
That's all that.
hardly seems like it was.
You're the Grinch.
Go back and watch it. He ruined it.
You're the
It
Grinch,
was all
Matty.
Big Uke's fault. Big Uke just derailed that show. It was unacceptable.
Tells me something. It wasn't much of a show if one man could walk in and derail it. Is that fair? Is that?
Oh, that'd be Jamo.
Yeah, he's calling me out now.
Yeah.
No,
Well.
it's all Big Uke's fault.
Okay.
Don't listen to him.
Big Uke?
Yeah, don't listen to him, Big Uke.
Don't listen to Big Uke. Don't listen to you. It's kind of where
Don't
you're
listen
headed
to
with
Big
that.
Uke.
Yes, I understand.
He's the guy
I
that just
understand.
lies and slander. No, Big Uke. That was all you. We have the tape. Royal Pizza text of the day reminder. You can text us 780-218-9999. It's for Royal Pizza. Still making it great with the best and freshest ingredients you'll find in top-notch service for over 55 years. Order online, royalpizza.ca. Vance Van Vandervan has the lead. I will say I had another one.
Close behind in the inside lane.
Well, somebody had a question. Chris in Alabama. Will Dusty anonymously win the Royal Pizza text of the day all week so we can afford pizza for the next office party? A good question. It's a solid question. We got a couple texts that are coming in that I do want to get
There's
to.
still pizza in that fridge, isn't there, from the party?
No, it's all gone.
Oh, it's okay.
We had backup. We had a bunch of food left over from the client mixer. The pizza, I froze it because it was going to go
can do
bad
that.
over the weekend.
Of course.
And there was a lot. I opened
saw
up that
the
freezer
pictures.
on like a Wednesday, and it was all gone. The boys here just absolutely crushed it. Coming up, we've got that's good for the Italian Center. We got Mike Teneer, 2 deep zone. We will talk some National Football League with him, and then coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. Joaquin, Gage, and the wrap for William Huff. He's Dave Jamieson. I'm Matt Iwanyk alongside YouTube Trev. Trev's got a sports update. We're back on the other side. That's good for the Italian Center here on the Nielson Show with Lieutenant Eric, but no Nielson or Lieutenant Eric. This is Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. Here's Trev with your update.
The Edmonton Oilers held on for a 4-3 win over the Golden Knights last night. Connor Ingram turned aside 26 shots in his Oilers debut, while Ryan Nugent-Hopkins chipped in with a pair of goals. Edmonton is back at it tomorrow as they welcome in the Calgary Flames. There were 8 other games around the NHL last night. The Red Wings rallied to knock off the Capitals 3-2 in overtime. Nathan McKinnon scored twice as the Avalanche snapped Minnesota's 7-game win streak with a 5-1 victory. The Senators cruised past the Bruins 6-2, while the Mammoth edged the Jets 4-3 in overtime. Toronto's struggles continue as the Leafs have now dropped 3 straight, falling 5-1 to the Stars. Buffalo stays hot with the 3-1 win over the Devils, their 6th in a row. And Sidney Crosby makes franchise history, passing Mario Lemieux to become the Penguins' all-time leading scorer in a 4-3 shootout win over Montreal. Just 4 games on the NHL schedule tonight. The Blues visit the Lightning. The Flyers host the Canucks. The Kings take on the Blue Jackets, and the Kraken are in Anaheim to face the Ducks. In the NFL, Sunday Night Football saw Drake May throw for 380 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Patriots upset the Ravens 28-24. Week 16 wraps up tonight with the Colts hosting the 49ers. Over to the NBA, the Raptors have dropped 2 straight after a 96-81 loss to the Nets. Toronto now sits at 17-13 on the season and won't be back on the floor until tomorrow. 7 games are on the NBA slate tonight. The sports update is brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where Mitch Lewicki believes Matt Iwanyk ruined Friday's hangout.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Ever since he was a young boy, he hasn't been very tall. From Zona up to Edmonton, he's the oil fireball. Yeah, we ain't seen nothing like him, don't need no Taylor Hall. With a quick, hard snapshot, goal scored by Josh Archibald. He flies around the ice rink with terror in his eyes, hitting all the G-men, all the bigger guys. He plays with inspiration, bounces up when he falls, with a quick, hard snapshot, goal scored by Josh Archibald. He's a PK wizard, he clears the zone so quick. A PK wizard's got such an active stick. How do you think he does it? I don't know what makes him so good. Ain't got no detractors, cause he works hard and tries. Even Gregor likes him, stick is the right size. Always makes the right play, he's not afraid to brawl. With a quick, hard snapshot, goal scored by Josh Archibald.
We are back here on the Nielson Show with Lieutenant Eric. Without Lieutenant Eric or Dustin Nielson, it is Matt Iwanyk alongside Dave Jamieson here in Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. I've seen a couple messages about the Wordle today. I don't know what's going on with the Wordle. I don't know if it has anything to do with us.
I thought you said
news
world.
to me.
I thought you said the world, and I was like, God, what are we missing? Trev, quickly, go to Reddit. Tell us what's happened out there.
Yeah, Red saying things are looking good with the stream. So does Shovelhead. I don't want to say that the other things that they said. Well, what he said it's
what?
Fixed. I don't want to jinx anything. Like I'm one of those people. Do you believe in jinxes?
No, I don't believe in jinxes.
Jay Milne doesn't either.
No,
I do.
I don't.
Congratulations, Dave the Essential. I made my fantasy championship game for the first time ever. Congratulations to you. I will say. Oh. The word Braden sent it in.
Okay.
The wordle of today is conch. Sorry. I screwed up there. I should not have said that. I should have given it a spoiler for that one. Apologies if I ruined your wordle today.
Earmuffs.
I should have done that one. I'm used to that with Sports Thought on something like a wordle. I am very sorry to anyone.
I don't know anything about the wordle etiquette.
I know people do look forward to that stuff, so
yeah,
I should have done better there. Actually, straight up, I am apologizing on that one because I probably should have given some sort of spoiler on that one.
I think you were supposed to say my bad, and yes, it was your bad.
Yeah, Mr. Dr. J, he said spoiler. I've already said it, but I'll leave it there.
Well,
Apologies.
Walk awkwardly out of the room and try and get out of this.
The 7 o'clock hour presented by GameSense. When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense.
Remember, know your limit, stay within it.
Yes, I do remember that one. We need to get to the Italian Center. That's good.
Okay.
Check out their Massimo Heat and Serve meals made fresh daily, ready for you to take home and to heat and serve. You can get individual and family size. I've ruined it for people.
This is
I know some people are coming after me just because it's me, like Big Uke. Like
by the way,
Big Uke, wow, spoiler holy. Big Uke he's not doing the Wordle. He doesn't care. He's just wanting to come at me. Tube Socks. I don't think people actually play that, so all good. Actually, no. I know that a couple do. Grumpy Cat, one of ours. Last week I was filling in with Jay, and my word of the day, they do the word of the day at the end.
Yes.
I did myrrh, as in frankincense, gold, myrrh, wise.
Oh, sure, yes. Yeah.
And it's not spelt.
I thought you were shortening Murray McCourt's first name.
MUR is not actually the way it's supposed to be spelled. We've kind of changed it to that, but it's MYRRH. And I use that as the word of the day with Jay. And then
like film
Grumpy Cat message. He's like, you helped me solve.
He's
like, you helped me solve the word of the day today because it was. I didn't know what ended in RRH. So that day. So I do know some people did that.
Okay.
Yeah. Truck in the park. Awful Matt shutting you down now. Apologies. I deserve that. That Owen guy. Wife's going to be impressed when I get it. My second 1 of 1. Congratulations, Owen guy. We will get to that right away here. But quickly, that's good for the Italian Center. That's good for me. Do you know what today is?
A day to ruin Wordle?
It's December 22nd.
Today is the first day
of
that we will gain a little more light.
Oh, yes.
Yesterday, the winter solstice, which means the shortest day of the year. I think today we gain like 8 seconds. So it's not a lot.
Enjoy it.
It's not a lot.
It adds up quick, though.
It will eventually. We ran through these with Clausen sent me by like in 2 months. The amount of daylight we are going to add is going to be incredible. But it's over, people. It's the darkness is here, but it's all uphill from here.
No.
Thank God.
That's good. Daylight is coming. Enjoy those 8 seconds today, and every day moving forward, enjoy those extra little bit of sun rays. Because we're getting more daylight every single day. Today's
Guys
a good
are
day.
let
I'm
you
so
in on a little
thrilled.
something as the old guy in the room. The darkness never goes away. Darkness will continue, my friends.
Just thanks for bringing us down too.
Well,
do you have a? That's good.
Connor Ingram. I'm not budging. It's my go-to answer for everything.
You just want Connor Ingram.
Hey, he's the guy I'm going to cheer for loudest and hardest for the rest of or as long as he remains up here with the big club. I just love the story.
Trev?
Well, I will say that makes me very happy because I forgot. I forgot that yesterday was that was
I don't forget
winter
those days.
solstice. Yeah,
I don't forget those ones.
No, so that's awesome because being a morning guy, I cannot tell you how much I love just driving into work in the summer and just seeing it just light out. Just my mood is just it's just it really goes a long way. But my good quickly, I love this. Connor McDavid. I said it earlier. He's leading the league in scoring right now, and then you've got Nathan McKinnon, and then you've got Macklin Celebrini, 3 Canadians. I cannot wait for the Olympics, and it's just fun. I love that. Connor Bedard, if he wasn't injured last week, I guess he'd still be in the mix, and he still is right now. So I love it. I just love that you look at the leading scorers. Canadians, baby, let's go.
Just Canadians. There was a big Canadian who helped Miami win the game against Texas A&M from Ottawa.
Didn't even mention Chase Brown's 3 touchdowns and the Bengals win.
Yeah, but it's just the Bengals. Who cares what the Bengals?
The point of it was that he's Canadian.
Yeah, sure, but he's playing for the Bengals. Sorry, Trev. I know you're a Bengals guy there, but he's playing for the Bengals.
My point still stands.
So does mine. It's all getting lighter out here, and I'm very excited about that. That's good for the Italian Center. Check them out, West End, South Side. In Little Italy, they have they're out in Sherwood Park. Or if you're in Calgary, they've got the 2 locations in Calgary. Go check them out. Let's talk some more National Football League. As our football insider Mike Teneer is going to be joining us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow smoked brisket and melty cheese with 15 Subhouse locations across Edmonton and greater area. It's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs, hot, hearty, made to satisfy. Mike Teneer with us here now with Matt Iwanyk and Dustin Nielson, not Lieutenant Eric and Matt Iwanyk and Dave Jamieson, not Lieutenant Eric and Dustin Nielson. Mike, thanks for joining us on this Monday. Who's going to have right now a more who would say that they've had a more disappointing season if also things go the way that looks like they might? Is it the Chiefs? Is it the Lions? Or is it the Ravens?
What a choice. The Chiefs can kind of, first of all, point to all their past success and say this is the end of a dynasty or a reboot of a dynasty. So they have all that to point to. The Lions and Ravens don't have any of that to point to. The Ravens, kind of like the Chiefs, can point to injuries during the season. I have to go with the Lions. Yeah, they had some injuries, but most of their key players have been out there all season. And why haven't they gotten it done? They haven't gotten it done because they're too aggressive on 4th downs. They haven't gotten it done because their defense collapsed, and when it came time for them to add players on defense, they didn't do it. And if you look at a game like yesterday's, that should have been the get-right game. That is very beatable. Steelers team, you get them at home, you get a 10-3 lead on them, everything falls apart. You're not making plays, your defensive collapses. Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, they've got to look at each other. They got to look at their fans and say, we're going in the wrong direction right now. We thought we were going to be a Super Bowl team last year, this year. Now we're in danger of missing the playoffs. That's a problem. That's something they have to address in the weeks to come and in the offseason.
That team you mentioned in the Pittsburgh Steelers, a lot of times this season, there's been maybe situations where thinking, they're going to lose this one. And they find a way to win. They're 9-6. They're in prime position to take the AFC North and knock out the Ravens. They just got to go beat the Browns this week, and it's all but over. Should we be looking at the Steelers as legit threats in the AFC, or how do you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers as we look at the potential playoff berth that they're going to have?
The question is how to look at the entire AFC. There are no Chiefs. Now there's no Ravens. You have this Bills team that looks very good, but like disappears for like a half at a time, especially early in games. So in this environment, yes, you have to look at the Steelers team. You have to look at Aaron Rodgers' experience, even though he's very rickety. You have to look at Mike Tomlin's ability to not lose these types of games and to play close to the vest and get these wins, because their opponents are teams like the Jaguars. Who knows? The Patriots, who haven't played anybody, honestly, although, that was a good win yesterday. Lamar Jackson got hurt, so that's not the toughest test. The Broncos, who really knows? They're coming off a loss. In that environment, the Steelers make as much sense as everybody else, despite their flaws.
Mike, what Jacksonville did yesterday in Denver was pretty remarkable, and Jacksonville has been a tremendous story this year. Trevor Lawrence has 18 touchdowns, 16 in the air during the 6-game winning streak, 10 in the past 2 games. So when you look at where his ascension to where he is now, and the work Liam Cohen is doing with him, it's a story that needs to be kind of unbundled, because Trevor Lawrence, we've been waiting for this, haven't we?
We have. We saw glimpses of it in 2022.
Yeah.
And it's like he arrived. Then there were 2 seasons of injuries and inconsistency, and a first half of this season of inconsistency, turnovers, sloppiness, not being on the same page with his receivers. And I think what Liam Cohen has done with Lawrence goes with what Liam Cohen has done with the entire offense and really the entire team. They were a very penalty-prone team earlier in the season. It looked like it was 1st and 15 all the time. There was always a motion penalty. That's kind of gone away. They were trying to get Travis Hunter, the rookie, involved in the offense and the defense. They had this big experiment they were doing. He got hurt. They had to abandon that. Instead, they brought in Jacoby Myers in a trade. Jacoby Myers is just a receiver. He's a normal receiver. He's not like some specialist. He goes out there. He gets you 3 or 4 receptions a game. That's the difference. Brian Thomas was dropping passes. Now he's playing a more consistent role. So is Parker Washington. So Cohen, Lawrence, the entire offense has stabilized. It's become smarter. It seems like everybody knows the system better. And that's paying dividends. That was the biggest win of the year by the Jaguars by far yesterday. It was one of the biggest wins of the last 5 years. It really shows that they're capable of making some noise in the playoffs.
Houston Texans, a win, albeit over the Raiders, but what are you seeing out of them that would give Texans fans pause to think that they're maybe, pretty decent?
Best defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
Period. Best defense in the NFL, an offense that it's the best defense in the NFL. Let's go back to that. And good kicking game, and Stroud's good when he has any time to throw, which is never. You look at a team like you look at the Patriots with a big win last night. Drake May's phenomenal. Drake May was under no pressure. He was standing back there. The Ravens could not apply any pressure on him. Wait. Fire the most amazing bomb you ever saw. Against the Houston Texans, no one has time to wait. That pass rush is on them. The cornerbacks are stuck to those receivers. So you can point to any team in the NFL. You can point to the Bills, who lost to the Texans earlier. The Texans can be that equalizer and play with any of those opponents because of what they can do defensively.
We're with Mike Teneer, NFL insider. I'll get to the Monday Nighter in a bit here, but we basically have 2 weeks left in the NFL regular season. Who's your MVP at this moment? Did Drake May's win yesterday help him pass a Matt Stafford? Although, I don't think you can look at Matt Stafford and say that the reason they lost to the Seahawks was right on him. It was a special team, some other issues in that one, a weird 2-point conversion. But is it Josh Allen? Would you power rank the MVP race at the moment?
Yeah, I figured it was Stafford's race to lose. And it didn't mean he was going to lose. If they lost the game on Thursday night, he would lose the MVP. He had to play poorly. He did not play poorly. All heck broke loose around Stafford, and that was the problem in that game. So I feel like it's still Stafford. And Josh Allen and May are neck and neck. And obviously, you look at both of those teams. Neither of those teams, the Patriots or the Bills, will be anywhere without their quarterbacks at this point. I look at what Josh Allen has done against some tougher opponents. And then I look at Drake May, been phenomenal, put some highlights up. I keep going back to that Patriots schedule. This is a team that never had to play the Rams, the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Jaguars, the Eagles, the Packers. I could make a list of every really playoff team in the NFL, and the Patriots never played them. The only one they played was the Steelers, and they lost. So under the circumstances, Drake May looks more like a Heisman Trophy winner, plus. Like he hasn't had that proven game yet. So I'm going to go with Stafford. Then I'm going to go with Allen, and I'm going with May, but with an asterisk because May is the breakout player of the year.
Okay, on the Bills, what do you make of them? Because this is a team that's 11-4. They're finding ways to win games is one way you could look at it, but you could also look at it and go, they're scraping by and just finding ways to win. And is that going to catch them in the playoffs? How do you look at this Bills team as we get set to see them in the playoffs, where they get a playoffs without likely the Ravens or the Chiefs, and Ravens could be more on the side, without the Chiefs, more specifically.
Right. This should be it. Chiefs are gone, Bills. You lose to the Chiefs by 3 in the championship game. They're gone. This is your chance. They don't seem like they're seizing it. It's a bad run defense. They don't have any wide receivers. They get by with their passing game with Josh Allen and just throwing to tight ends, etc. But if there's one flaw that they need to correct, it's that they spot the opponents a touchdown or two in the first quarter. They don't come to play until halftime or midway through the second quarter or midway through the third quarter. If the Bills you see in the third quarter and the fourth quarter were the Bills for the entire game, that's the team that would run away with the AFC. We keep waiting every week. They spotted the Bengals a big lead, and then they had to come back. They spotted the Patriots a big lead and had to come back. If they can find a way to show up at the opening kickoff and play the way they're supposed to, they're the best team in the AFC, and they'll cruise to the Super Bowl.
Finally, Monday night or tonight, can Phillip Rivers do it in prime time against the San Francisco 49ers?
No. And you kind of see the Phillip Rivers experience, which, like those of us who watched the game last week, it wasn't really on TV. It's standing stationary, handing off to Taylor, handing off to Taylor, and throwing the shortest pass in the world. You can get by in that for a week. You can kind of fool people for a week. You can't fool people for 2 weeks. 49ers see a playoff opportunity. They want to keep surging here. This is going to be a big win for the Niners.
Mike Teneer of Two Deep Zone, MikeTeneer.substack.com. Thanks for the time. Lovely hat. Thank you for bringing some Christmas spirit to the show today. Have a wonderful Christmas, and Dusty will chat with you next week.
Take care. Happy holidays. Enjoy your week.
And there's Mike Teneer right there, who always is just
always
great.
brings it.
Always brings it. Always
Has
great
for
covering
years.
Always great to talk some National Football League with him. It's that first Chiefs, Lions, Ravens most disappointing. Like Lions, Ravens are big ones for me because he pointed out Chiefs at least could say we have rings.
Well, their work is done here.
I mean, they need to. The amount of heat though I'm seeing on Andy Reid from Chiefs fans is stunning.
I was about to say, really? No, that does not surprise me.
But it's,
knowing the world we live in.
Who's better? Like that you're going to go get it for the Kansas City Chiefs. Like that's at the very least you have to go tired. I know, but
right? So you're
tired that you lost in the Super Bowl last year? Made how many straight AFC Championship appearances? If this is a year where you're like we gotta fire our coach because of this one. What are we doing here?
You should understand this. We've been in this business a long time, man. We know what fandom looks like. No, they can't find anyone better. That doesn't mean that they're not out. The fans aren't out there saying, "Bring us the latest hot guy."
What's funny too is I'm just looking on X right now, and what's happening. The first trending thing for me is #Fire Harbaugh, which he's been around a long time with the Ravens, and I know those calls are going to go this offseason. Yes. The defense I will have of John Harbaugh, where there's a lot of flaws you can point to with him. Another 11-point lead blown in the fourth quarter. Now there's no Lamar, but you got an 11-point lead without Lamar, and you couldn't hold on to it. He has consistently. His teams have found a way to lose in the fourth quarter. But who's going to be better? And no Lamar Jackson for a large part of this season. Zach Orr needs to go as a defensive coordinator. But who are you replacing with?
But
that's a
Ravens
guaranteed
fans
better.
will say we should have won more and more.
Yes, there should have
they've
been
won a lot.
You have
but
Lamar. They should have won a Super Bowl.
The games that matter.
Yeah.
Right. We should have won more. We didn't maximize our return.
But show me how coaching is ball control or catching a football. Yesterday, Derrick Henry fumbles that ball. Zay Flowers fumbles that ball.
But it's on your watch.
I know. But I could go to the Cincinnati game on Thanksgiving. The amount of times the Ravens shot themselves in the foot. That's not coaching. That's just the players. You go AFC Championship game a number of years ago. Zay Flowers was fumbles right before the goal line. They get that touchdown. If he goes down at the 1, they're going to score a touchdown. They probably win that game. They go to the Super Bowl. That's not coaching to me. I don't know how you hold on.
Can't get rid of all the players.
No, you can't.
Easy to fire one coach, or easier.
And that's where Zach.
And I'm not saying he should be.
Zach Ord is the one that needs to go.
Okay.
You need to give him. Jasmine Flowers rarely fumbles the ball. I could go to 2 major moments. Yesterday, he fumbled the AFC Championship game. When the moment shines is big, the Ravens find a way to stub their foot. Lamar Jackson last year in the playoff game against the Bills fumbled. Mark Andrews couldn't get the ball twice last year.
So they're a good team, not a great team. Fair. I mean, that's not a stinging indictment.
No,
what they've built there has been
they
durable.
should be better.
Well,
but
there's a bunch of teams.
Yeah.
Detroit is saying
I'm not
the same
firing
thing
John
today.
Harbaugh yet because of that. A lot of injuries this season as well. The defense got decimated at the start of the year. But man, when I always look back at Ravens seasons, it's just Warren Barris is also a Ravens
Yes,
fan.
he is.
We're always texting with each other and upset about various things. I'm just glad I have no
Brothers
hope,
in
basically,
misery.
left. Watch, now all of a sudden the Browns are going to beat the Steelers, though.
Easy now.
And the Ravens are going to lose
Hang
to
on
the,
a minute.
And the Ravens are going to lose
Yeah,
to the
they're-
Packers. And that's going to keep the Ravens out of the playoffs. Lamar,
See what I told
questions
you about the
injury
darkness
this year.
See what the darkness continues, my friend.
That's why I have the U.
Yeah.
December 31st.
Yes.
And then who cares about football after that? If they lose to Ohio State, I'm done for a while. Till June. Is it June yet? We do have a CFL question for 3 questions too many. Casino dealer Jay has sent in. If you have any other questions for 3 questions too many, I've got a few. So we'll see where we go with them.
About the internet?
Nothing about the internet, no. Okay. But we got 3 questions too many for the great staff at Park Mazda. We got kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. Joaquin Gage is going to join us. We got the rap for William Huff. We're going to present the Royal Pizza text of the day, which is in our inbox at Parish Jewelers, 780-218-9999. Flexible payment options such as do not pay for 1 year. Online, parishjewelers.com, Canadian and family owned. We're live in the Popeyes studio here on the west end of town for a limited time. Popeyes, it's 3 pieces of their delicious bone-in chicken for just $8. Visit popeyeschicken.ca for more information. Yeah. Well, no, I just said
You were gathering your thoughts.
Well, no,
I was
want
looking
to,
away, and then
I want to rant more about the Ravens, but
don't.
I probably shouldn't.
Get back to Oilers. They played 2 games. Come on now.
Well, the Oilers
You
get the
got
Flames
text
next.
early.
Oilers back-to-back coming up here.
I'm aware. Yes,
well,
I'm aware.
in terms of 2 games, but they get
Yes.
the Christmas break in between them. Tate McRae was at one of the last Flames games, and then she was yesterday in New Jersey, where Jack Hughes was making his return to the lineup.
Oh,
If
okay.
you want a little pop culture with your hockey right now.
Sure.
Tate McRae, who
I
should be
always
doing the
do.
2026 Grey Cup halftime show. She's from Calgary. It's in
Yes, she
Calgary.
is. That I'm aware of.
It's just there's no other option.
Well, that would seem to
If
be
there's
a tap
any
in putt. Yes,
if there
that
is
would be easy.
any issue, like this is one Stuart Johnson needs to have that contract in her people's hands
Or George Canyon.
and be like,
right? Is that what
sign
you're
this,
saying?
get this done.
Well.
It's we need to. We don't need to. You don't need to announce it right away. You take your time, but you need to have that contract done. But like we're locking you in
I
for
don't
the Grey
think
Cup.
the commish gets involved in the halftimes. There are other things on his plate. No, I don't. I know. I don't
You don't think
believe-
he's part of the discussions at all?
No, I think it goes to the organizing or host city
Really?
and
I would have
committee
always thought the
and
commission would be somewhat, at least it would come across his desk at some point, or he'd have to approve it or something.
Well, I don't.
Well,
You're given a budget.
I'll tell you right now.
Go book it.
That if I'm him, for one time only, I'm breaking in, going, no.
Give me Blink 182.
You need to go get Tate McRae.
Okay, I'll leave that. Bring that up next time you have the commish.
I think it checks all the boxes for what you want out of a Grey Cup halftime show.
You fixate on Tate McRae. I'll worry about a 10th franchise.
It relates. She's from the city. So you got a Canadian artist.
You don't have to tell
me.
me.
She appeals to the demographic that's not a hardcore CFL demographic to try to get other people to tune in.
Okay.
What more do you need?
Nothing.
The Nielson Show presented by Weiss Johnson, Edmonton's train home comfort specialist for nearly 50 years. Visit wjsportstalk.com today. We'll get to a Trev sports update. We'll have a little break for those listening on Cruise FM. Right now, text 780-218-9999 if you want to play Mr. Mike's Kind of Easy Trivia. Jamo's got the 5 questions all ready to go. Just say, pick me,
questions.
And Trev will get in touch with somebody when we come back on the other side where you have a chance to win your GC to Mr. Mike's. We've got Park Mazda, 3 questions too many, and Joaquin Gage, as I said, as well as the rap. He's Dave Jamieson. I'm Matt Iwanyk. This is the Nielson Show with Lieutenant Eric, with us filling in for both those gentlemen for today and tomorrow here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta.
Oilers held on to the victory last night with a 4-3-1 win over the Golden Knights. Connor Ingram made 26 saves in his Oilers debut, while Ryan Nugent-Hopkins netted a pair of goals in the win. The Oilers are back in action tomorrow, and they welcome in the Calgary Flames. Just 8 other games around the league last night. The Red Wings come back to win it over the Caps 3-2 in overtime. McKinnon scores twice, snapping the Wild 7-game winning streak 5-1. Senators all over the Bruins 6-2. The Mammoth get by the Jets 4-3 in overtime. The Leafs have now lost 3 straight after getting pumped by the Stars 5-1, and the Sabres beat the Devils 3-1, winning their 6th straight. Sidney Crosby makes franchise history, becoming the Penguins' all-time leader in points after passing Mario Lemieux in their 4-3 shootout win over the Habs. Today, just 4 games in the NHL. The Blues are in Tampa taking on the Lightning. The Flyers host the Canucks. The Kings take on the Blue Jackets, and the Kraken are in Anaheim to face the Ducks. Last night, Sunday Nighters saw Drake May throw for 2 touchdowns and 380 yards as the Patriots defeat the Ravens 28-24. Week 16 wraps up tonight when the Colts welcome in the 49ers. Over to the association, where the Raptors have lost their last 2 games after falling to the Nets 96-81. The Raptors are now 17-13 on the season and don't hit the court again until tomorrow. Tonight in the association, just 7 games dot the schedule. This sports update brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc. I'm YouTube Trev. You're up to date.
He's a jitterbug. He's a jitterbug. He's a jitterbug. He's a jitterbug.
Hello, Moto.
He's got the boom boom inside his heart. When the puck gets dropped, yeah, his engine starts. Hockey IQ inside his brain. He loves the nudes, cause they think the same. But something's bugging you. He's got no signs. That's okay. He's got that look in his eyes. He's just streaking down the ice. Fans are shrieking cause they wanted him to score twice. Another goal for Yamamoto. He's got the goal. He's all saying, oh no. Another goal for Yamamoto. You don't want to miss it when he plays with Dry. Another goal for Yamamoto. He'll get help, but he'll just do it solo. Another goal for Yamamoto. He looked great last night when he's with Nugent Dry. Yeah. He busts his balls each and every game. Became a fan favorite when he trolled the Flames. Makes the top 6 seem like it's real. If he don't have the puck, you know he'll get a steal. You call him Yamo, cause that's his name. You're going crazy cause you just love his game. Don't worry buddy, that's alright. Just start singing cause 'cause he put the puck in last night. Another goal for Yamamoto. He's got the goal, he's all saying, oh no. Another goal for Yamamoto. You don't want to miss it when he plays with Dry. Another goal for Yamamoto. He'll get help, but he'll just do it solo. Another goal for Yamamoto. He looked great last night. When he's with New Gen Dry.
We are back here on the Nielson Show with Lieutenant Eric, Matt Iwanyk, Dave Jamieson in for Dusty and Eric alongside YouTube Trev. We're live on Cruise FM 95.7 Variety that rocks. We're across the Edmonton Sports Talk audio streams at edmontonsportstalk.com. Tune in, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, live on YouTube. And thank you to anyone for listening to this on podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Coming up at 9 o'clock on Edmonton Sports Talk, we got the Hangout, Tommy, Jasmine, and Pat Ketty from the Canadian Brew House. Lockshot, myself, and Huss. We've got the Oil Stream, EST Afternoons, and the Reed Wilkins Show today until 6 o'clock. We need to get to kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's. Do we have anything else? Has anyone texted in? I don't think we've had a lot of people text in. Or is that all? Okay, give it about 30 seconds.
The pump properly?
I don't know if I don't think I primed the pump properly. No. If you want to play kind of easy trivia, play me or pick me. Not play me, pick me.
Play me for a
Trev
fool.
will pick someone. We'll get to 3 questions too many for the great staff at Park Mazda. We got Joaquin Gage in this hour. We got the wrap for William Huff. Edmonton Sports Talk, proudly presented by Play Alberta. Download the app. Visit them at playalberta.ca. And the Nielson Show, it is presented by Weiss
How many
Johnson.
Joaquins can you name?
Joaquin Gage. Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Andujar.
Don't know who that is.
Baseball player.
Okay.
Died tragically. Houston Astros.
That's all I could think of.
Okay, I just wonder. It's a great name. I love the sound of it.
It is a great name. That's why I'm like, I'm thinking about this. I don't know if many others.
We'll come
I'm sure
back to
people
it, I'm
will
sure.
text them in. There are some Trent Fredericks that are coming in. People trying to get the text of the day. That Owen guy quickly, the Ravens, he says they should have let Mike walk to Seattle. Yeah, he was a great defensive coordinator. It sucked. It was a late hire. I was mad when he went there. Mark in the Park, more daylight today than Freddie got ice time.
Ooh.
Vance Van Vanderven still has the lead. With 2 more days of work, then I'm off for 12 while still getting paid. Just call me Trent Frederick. Also, I thought the sun level's out for 3 days, and then on 25th, you can start getting more, because of Jesus.
Course.
That's why he said, but no. We got 8 seconds, more seconds today because of winter solstice yesterday.
We're going to revisit that one about Trent Frederick and sunlight as a possible.
Trev? Let's get to kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's. Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual with a new location opening in Bonnie Doon. Check out MrMikes.ca for more details. Order online at Skip the Dishes or DoorDash. Mr. Mike's, eat locally, enjoy casually. Who do we got on the line?
We've got a good nasty right here. Great nasty, that is. It's El Presidente.
El Presidente.
El Perfecto.
Yes.
El Presidente. How are we doing on this fine Monday morning?
All right, gentlemen, yourself?
We're pretty good.
Very good, sir.
Are you all set for Christmas? You got everything finished, or you got that to finish up the next couple days?
I got to finish up a couple things here yet.
Fair enough. You've played before, I assume.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a few times.
Do you feel pressure that the on the Cruise FM air, it's 69-0, you're going for 70-0. Do you feel any pressure going into this?
Nope, not really.
Perfect. Love it. You know how this works. Jamo's going to read the questions. You need to get 3 of 5 to win. The ticker will start, which I believe Trev has. Trev, you've got it? Perfect.
Yes, he does.
It'll start after Jamo asks the first question. You ready to go, El Presidente?
You bet.
Trev, you ready to go?
Yes.
Jamo, you ready to go?
Absolutely.
Let's
go. All right, El Presidente, who did the Oilers beat last night?
They beat the Vegas Knights.
Which Oiler had 2 goals last night? Pass. Which Oiler has had 5 3-point games in December?
And it was Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for 2 goals.
Does Connor Ingram play goal?
Yes.
He got it.
You're perfect. The last one.
You can't have a newcomer come in and steal the show.
That's a paddling.
Oh, we've been strong. We're just playing by the rules.
Ooh, you better believe that's a paddling.
And I was in Miami with my new beach house. Well, it was a couple minutes from the beach.
That's a paddling.
The first year, we took it to the limit. Take it to the limit.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Go through all 5 and
Sure.
the answers.
Okay. Who did the Oilers beat last night? The answer, of course, Vegas Golden Knights.
Which he took a little time.
Yeah, he wobbled on the dismount there. Which Oiler had 2 goals last night? He paused
for a long time.
Longer than I should have jumped in. Which Oiler has had 5 3-point games in the month of December? The answer would be Connor McDavid. Does Connor Ingram play goal? Followed by the 5th question, which we did not get to, which whose Penguins scoring record did Sidney Crosby surpass?
So it's Vegas, McDavid.
Yes. Connor Ingram,
and
the
didn't get to that
question
one.
unasked was Sidney Crosby was the answer.
I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm. I know where you're going.
We need to go to the tape after the show.
The pause
he didn't get Ingram in time.
Okay.
What did he say for the 2 other answers? I thought I heard McDavid Nuge or something.
I heard McDavid. He said McDavid, and then he said McDavid, and then he said for the last one it was Nuge with 2 goals.
Yeah, kind of like a by the way.
Yeah, so that's why I gave him 3. Because
Yeah,
he said he was
so-
like
so-
McDavid.
So
but
he
then
was
also
answering the
Nuge.
3rd question. So it was McDavid, Nuge, then McDavid. So he was answering 2nd, then 3rd, or 3rd, then 2nd.
Yeah.
He got all that right then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I got the order
In
wrong of what he was
hindsight,
going with.
I would have quickened the pace there.
No,
and
that's
said,
I was
but
all
wanted to let
confused
him.
there with.
Okay. I think it's your perfect 70. I mean, I
No, he
think the
got
record
it.
is
He got it.
unblemished.
Yeah, no,
so
it's a 70.
That's not a
I
question.
yeah, it was my ordering of it. He was
Pay the man.
He went 3,
Pay the
then
man.
2, went back and got that one. It happened 70-0.
Hey,
I don't-
life's
we
not
could
easy.
we could do the
Life is not
review, and I
easy,
think
kids.
it's going to come across clean 70-0. He was 3-0. He would have went 4-0.
And people complain when
close.
they're watching sports why replay
That was
takes so
close.
long. I mean, look at this.
That was all close.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done, El Presidente. He's off to Mr. Mike's. Reminder, anyone who's won any sort of prizing or coming for the Nasty Club, we're open today, tomorrow, 9 until 3:30. We are closed on the 24th, 25th, 26th. We'll also be closed January 1st, but open up the rest of next week as well. He didn't say McDavid. He did say McDavid.
Phone quality.
He did say
was
McDavid.
Not optimal.
It was
right, on that
McDavid
answer?
Nuge.
Yeah.
He threw both those names in there. Let's get to 3 questions. Too many for the great staff at Park Mazda, where Mitch thinks that the Grey Cup halftime show should be him in 2026.
What would the performance consist of? Just cover songs or?
That's a great question. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
Like,
know what Mitch
I-
would be strong at. Not to like I don't know. Well, I shouldn't say.
The
What would
question
be
is,
his?
what couldn't he
Well, that's
do?
which
Is-
one does he feel the
it's not
most
the-
strongest about?
Yeah, that's fair. You do so many things well, but just we got to ask you to just pick one.
You're a dealer for life. Kate, somebody said it. $92 million for Jake Paul to be in the ring.
Yes.
If I told you could have $92 million to jump in the ring with Anthony Joshua, you'll get knocked out and you'll break your jaw.
Twice.
You doing that?
Didn't he break it twice? Like, isn't it a
Double break or whatever?
Double break.
Are
Am
you
I
guys
doing that?
If everything he signed up for, you're gonna walk away with $92 million, but you got to go out into that ring with Anthony Joshua, and he's gonna lay some punches on you.
Yeah.
And you're gonna break your jaw. Are you doing it for $92 million?
I do it. I do it because I'm running out of days anyhow. So I figure, what the hell? Like, if he takes me out completely, my kids will get the check.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just bring it. Okay, I know this is going to hurt.
Yep. That is the easiest yes for me. I would do it for $50,000.
No.
I think that's a little low there, Trev.
I'd do it for $50K. That would be awesome.
I think
50K in the bank, I'd be like, yeah, just to get knocked out,
your
broken
brain's
jaw.
worth more than that, Trev. I'll just tell you that right now.
No, Trev's brain is not. And Trev knows his limit. Trev has put a value on his brain, and it's not valued that high.
Yeah. It's not.
Yeah.
I do it for 92 million. Oh my gosh.
92 mil.
I'd take a swift kick in the nuts for 92 mil on top of that.
Oh, now, Trev, you're on FM.
I would take that too. You know?
Yes.
Okay, so Trev's going as low as 50, which I think is way too low.
Yeah.
What's your number? What would be your minimum?
My minimum?
Yeah. Said $1 million. Would you do it?
Yeah, I probably would.
Really?
Yeah, just,
I think I'd start at 5 mil.
5 mil, eh?
Yeah.
Well,
that punch is gonna hurt like hell.
Yes, it will. And then you gotta
And you got
celebrate with
broken jaw and all that stuff. 92 mil is the easy. Well, that's why people are ripping on a little bit.
And then
Jake
you
Paul,
have the
glad he's punched
announcer
out, but the
rip
guy
you.
walked away with $92
Who was the
million
announcer
for
on
that. Mario Ranello. Is that his name? I would that's just.
Well,
it's a good deal for Jake. I don't like Jake Paul. I wanted to see him knocked out as we all did, but the guy has built a career where he gets $92 million for that.
He's kind of like a boxing version of Jackass. Just get yourself pounded and walk away with bank. Make bank.
Now, I think just be done. Go away. You got $92 million.
Someone like that doesn't just go away.
I know they
fade
don't.
Away.
I know they don't.
No chance.
But if I got $92 million to be knocked out in a boxing match, no one would ever hear from me again.
And there'd be people out there right now saying, thank you. Can we make that happen fast?
Well, if they want to do that, my minimum is for that one, $1 million.
All right.
If I don't have to get punched in the head, start the GoFundMe, $1 million, I'll go away for life.
We've put the flag in the ground.
I'll put that one out there.
That's your price.
Question 2,
Yes.
kind of easy, or not kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. This one came in from Casino Dealer J. It was a CFL question.
Okay.
What are the 3 things the Elks need to improve? Has it changed since your last Green and Gold episode? It's a great question. I have to remember what I said back on the last, because Jay and I did our top 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what I said.
Fajardo?
Nope.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember
that would
exactly
have been
what
one
it was.
of mine.
Maybe it was.
Which they've done.
So one of them was wide receiver. The need to get a number 1 wide receiver. They haven't done that. Still need to do that one.
So replacing Geno Lewis.
Except I don't think you have to go that high.
No.
Right?
But
yes, but they don't have a true number 1.
Okay.
You can make the we had Farhan Lalji, Hernan and I on in the summer at one point. He said Steven Dunbar's maybe a 3 on any other team. And he was your number 1 here in Edmonton. So they need to go get at the very least, to me, a low end number 1, maybe a high end number 2, where then Ed can maybe get another, maybe it's Hilaire, maybe it's Victor, or somebody else that could, maybe this season we could be like, that guy's a stud. This guy is the new Darrell Walker, Brandon Zylstra type thing. I wanted D-line, them to keep that D-line. They're short Kongbo. They need to sign Kobe Williams in the secondary. I would have also said you needed to add someone else on the O-line. Those are so has it changed? I don't remember what I fully said, but not necessarily. I'm glad with all the signings that we've seen of the re-signings. There's not one that, for the most part, that I've been like, really? Ooh. Robbie Smith is one. I'm just surprised that he's still here. I guess that would be the only one.
Surprised why?
Big money for a guy that didn't do much last year. I don't get it. So clearly Ed sees something in him that we didn't see last year, and they're expecting that he'll be able to do it next year. But Kongbo's a guy on the D-line they need to sign. Kobe Williams is a guy in the secondary they need to sign. And then O-line, bringing someone in. So locking up 2 more guys and adding an O-lineman, that's my 3 wish
changes
list.
on the coaching staff.
Dimitri Maxi's gone.
Yes.
The running backs coach is gone. That's it. And I wouldn't expect anything else. I did see a posting for special teams coordinator. So I'm wondering if they're actually just seeing what's out there.
Well,
or
I checked on that, and apparently that was either completely erroneous or somewhat erroneous.
Well, I'll say that I wouldn't be shocked if in the end it's Mark Killam that's special teams coordinator.
Should be.
After he goes for a year of head coaching, realizing maybe hey, I could do this. Like, I'm glad he didn't do it last year as the main guy because he's a first-time head coach. But maybe this was a year he was there. And
well, you'd be hard-pressed to find someone better.
Right, but sometimes you don't want that coach being a coordinator. Because
I understand that, and I support that. But now with a year under his belt, there won't be any surprises to Mark Kimmel.
Exactly, and that's where I feel like I wouldn't be shocked then if that's the move, is that he's going to take it over. Because after a year, he's like, okay, well, I can actually do it. I know I could have spent this much time.
Well, now he knows what he doesn't have to do.
Yes.
Right? That he can trust, assuming that he has, he trusts everyone he's got around him. And he should, that he goes, I can do that.
So I don't expect too many changes, which is good. Some continuity. But it has
always
my three things changed? Maybe. Well, wide receiver still a need. Shoring up that D line.
I'll add one to the list. I know it's not my list necessarily. It's to identify, find, nurture, develop a number 2 quarterback.
That was on Jay's list at the end. He said
not easy to do, but it is essential. The
quarterback of the future for the Edmonton Elks. You need to find that. It's a 1-year deal for Cody Fajardo, who's close to retirement this year. Who's to say he's not going to retire next year? The moment a quarterback's starting to think that, you got to be ready to go. This guy's going to be gone potentially soon. You need to figure out who's your 2027 or 2028 quarterback. I'm more than okay with Cody for the next 2 years. But in 27 or 28, I think more specifically 28, who's your quarterback? You need to be able to identify that this season. I would put that one there. Third question. For 3 questions, too many. It's National Cookie Exchange Day.
Oh. And look at me, ill-prepared.
What's your favorite cookie? Do you have a favorite cookie? Trev, feel free to jump in on this one, too. I love a good ginger snap. I'm going to go right there, right off the bat.
I just had one of those recently.
They're delicious.
After not having one for, several years, I think. I could get back in the ginger snap game. I'm still going to go with a chocolate.
Chocolate chip?
Sure, that would be an obvious one. But there's more,
Or you're just saying full chocolate.
Exactly. Oh. Just give it to me right in the face. You know what I mean.
That's man.
It's quite an image.
I like that
right there.
Man, there's so many. I will say I'm not the biggest sweet guy, but every now and then I do enjoy. I like having a good old cookie. Man, those what did you say? Ginger snaps? Is that what they're called?
Ginger snaps.
Ginger snaps. Yeah, VR's wife Ginger actually brought in ginger snaps, and those were the best ginger snaps I've ever had in my entire life.
So Ginger makes ginger snaps.
Yeah, I had 4, and I never have that many cookies. But I'd probably go with, probably like a chocolate chip.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it pretty original.
It's fairly vanilla.
Hey, chocolate. Tried and true.
Yeah. Well, that's
red
okay,
velvet, anything red velvet. There's some of those cookies, but cakes. I'm always.
But what's
in
the
on those
one
ones.
nut in a cookie every now? Is that a macadamia nut?
What is the one nut?
Generally, there's the macadamia nut in there.
That could be added to a cookie.
That's generally the one that I think you're thinking
That's
of.
like the
It's
big
like the
one.
white chocolate with macadamia nuts or something.
Yeah, but I like chocolate chip with macadamia nuts in it. You don't see that often.
You're one of those guys.
But I love that.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, without the sound, please, Trev. Please,
You
without
brought
the
some
sound.
wonderful cookies last week.
Yes.
With the little dots in them.
Sugar cookies.
Have at it. I didn't know Trev was not a sweet guy. You're more, like a root vegetable guy? What are you?
Yeah, chips every now and then. I like chips, but you'll never see me eating candy. I don't like candy.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I'm opposite.
Can't stand candy. Never liked Halloween.
I eat too much of them.
I like dressing up. I didn't like candy.
A couple of these ones have come in. Oatmeal raisin. And you want to, as a kid, I would sit there and be like, why would I eat this one? As I've gone older, delicious.
Not gross at all.
Nice
young
and
Trev.
those ones you can get at Costco.
Raisins,
stuff.
man.
Oh,
Raisins.
You'd love being a man of the earth. Oatmeal.
Oh, I love oatmeal.
Well, there
Oatmeal
you go.
chocolate chip.
Well,
now that's.
You just don't like raisins?
Oh,
What's your problem with raisins?
Gosh. Yeah, no, not at all, man. They're the one of the worst flavors I've ever had in my entire life.
Okay. All right, Dustin.
And black licorice.
Dustin
He had an
2.0.
oyster on Friday.
Yes, I
fed it. Oh my gosh, I fed it to him. That was beautiful.
You don't need to go see that.
No, I did see it. Yes.
Yes, he does. It was awesome. It was a cool moment, Matty.
It's just an oyster. Out of the shell?
But he hasn't
No,
had-
you didn't have
it's
one
in
out
the
of
tin
shell,
can.
in the
Smoked
can.
oyster.
I will
Yes.
say I'm a
Eric
big
loves
seafood guy. I love seafood. Oysters. Like that stuff's gross. I can't do it. Like I'd gag, really.
Did you put it in the hot sauce?
Yeah.
Did Eric
And
bring
the
hot
salt.
sauce?
Yeah, and the salt. but that does nothing. That was just gross.
Oh, those are delicious.
I can't do it.
I didn't get any
thing-
on Friday.
Only thing I don't like.
And he had like a bunch of shrimp, Dusty. He had like 6 or 7 pieces.
From the shrimp ring?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He never eats shrimp.
That was weird.
It's all those trips to Vancouver.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's learning that maybe he likes something that just before he just didn't like the look of it and went, ew, it's gross, and maybe actually likes it.
Full-grown man.
Yeah.
Toddler's appetite.
Although he wasn't wrong. There's honey dill mustard at Elephant Castle that he goes to always in Winnipeg. It actually is amazing. It's one I want to try to recreate.
Bar food.
I want to try to recreate it, and I have the perfect guy to test it because I could just bring it to Dusty and be like, am I close? And he could figure it out, though. But like he always talked about it. So when I was in Winnipeg for Grey Cup, I stopped at Elephant Castle. I had to order them. I'm like, I have to try this. Dusty talks so much about this. Are they really that good? And the sauce is.
This is to go with a chicken?
Chicken tenders.
Okay, I'm getting way too invested.
The guy
in this
doesn't.
Honey sauce.
Oh, no, sorry, it's honey dill. It's just honey dill, says
okay.
Cliff.
All right.
So I got to go figure that one out.
Bring it up with Huss today. On
Dusty
the lock
has brought it up with him a lot. Apparently,
I bet
you can
he
buy it at
has.
the airport. This hour is brought to you by GD Liquidators Auctions and Appraisals, where they have just received a large quantity of nice used pallet racking. Mention EST, get 5% off on anything new and used. Check out their monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com or visit them 14510 128th Ave. Dave Jamieson, Matt Iwanyk with you here on The Nielson Show with Lieutenant Eric, alongside YouTube Trev. We're live on Cruise FM. We're live on Edmonton Sports Talk audio streams on YouTube as well. In about 7 minutes time or so, Joaquin Gage will stop by. Lots to talk about with him. We'll have the wrap for William Huff. I do want to jump into the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. Luke in Cowtown. I'd get knocked over for $30.8 million over 8 years.
Yes. Oh.
I would take Trent Frederick, $3.85 million, to enter a sport he doesn't belong in either. So he's taking some
This is
ripping
taking
today.
a nasty turn. We just raised that he was a healthy scratch last night.
Yeah. Lot of those ones coming in against Trent Frederick.
What did you say before we went on air? You want to give it, or maybe you said it on air earlier today. You want to give him another year, Trent Frederick, before you render judgment.
I would give him next year. Like he did say to start this year that he feels the high ankle sprain still isn't healed.
Okay.
And I'm good with, I'll give him an excuse for a year. Connor Brown, now much different level of injuries. He came to Edmonton on a much more vicious injury, coming off of one.
Yeah.
Didn't get it going until year 2, really, or that playoffs. I would give Trent Frederick the start of next year for me to go, or, okay, things maybe are turning around. Like, I will give one bad year. And if next year he starts off well, then, okay, maybe this is what the Oilers saw in him. This is what a lot of Oiler fans saw in him when the Oilers traded for him, because there's a lot of people thrilled when they traded for him, thinking this is a guy that's going to help this team. People aren't happy with the term. I mean, when that was signed, people weren't happy with the length of that. But there's a player there that a lot of Oilers fans do like, too. I'm not ready to say
bring the truculence, right? That was or had been missing on some level.
And a guy
right?
that
And
maybe
younger,
could produce, eventually start scoring some goals. Twice in his career, he's gone close to 20. I think it was 17, 18. I'm willing to give him next season, and if it doesn't go well early, then I'll go into the full, how are the Oilers going to deal with this contract? Because he's got a lot of trade protection, and I don't care that it's only 3.85. It's a lot to have to deal with to try to get off your books in some way. Who's going to take that type of thing? But maybe next year he comes out and, look, there's still this year. I got to throw that one out there. Who knows? Maybe in the playoffs he comes and he dominates and things change. But at the very least, if this year goes the way that it's going.
Let's not use domination in Trent Frederick yet, okay?
Absolutely. But that's what, like,
inch
the
towards
narrative
that.
completely changed at that point. But if this goes this way, the rest of this season, and I'm not saying scratched every night the rest of this season, but not really giving you anything for the Edmonton Oilers, then yeah, I give him year 2 to still see, okay, was last year, because he has no more excuses at that point. He can't sit there like, my high ankle sprain's still bothering me. Okay, well, then you're never going to figure it out, because when is this going to get healed type thing? This should be long enough at this point.
A show of hands in the room here. 2, what did you know about Spencer Stastny?
What did I know about him?
Yeah, his game.
No, nothing.
0, right?
Yeah, nothing.
He is garnering rave reviews.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's looked good. I think he's been a great replacement for Brett Kulak. Big shoes to fill, skates to fill.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's done. I mean, as far as expectations go, I didn't set the bar very high, but I'd say he passed what I was expecting. So yeah, I'm happy with that acquisition for sure. Pleasant surprise.
I had zero knowledge of it.
Good skater. He gets around good. Very good skater.
I heard Rob Brown say last night, I think it was something effective. He skates himself out of trouble.
Yeah, I like that. The Oilers need that.
Yeah.
They also need to just get one day a little healthier.
Yeah.
We haven't seen this team with Jari now in the lineup with Woolman and all the forwards.
So is all of this not just for the Oilers, but for hockey broadly, generally, because of the compressed schedule?
Yeah.
And what we're doing?
Because Dreger talks about how there's injuries across
bending over backwards for the 5 rings of Olympic stuff.
Yeah. The players wanted this.
I know.
Like, that's the one thing that they could all. They were the ones that wanted this. They fought for it with the last CBA.
Yes.
Fans want it too. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I don't want to see them there. I do. But this is the problem of trying to fit 82 in that.
At what price?
Also, if you're an Oiler fan, like I know there's the discussion came up last week. You do not want Evan Bouchard going to the Olympics.
Why not?
Why would you want a player with it? Like, let him rest. No. You want to be as healthy as possible and also just rested as possible. Why go and he's probably not going to play even if he gets selected.
Yeah.
Let him go have the break with the other boys. I think you want as little players playing at the Olympics as possible. Last year, did it help the Oilers? In fact, you can make that with Ekholm. It might have hurt them. You're already going to be Ekholm's probably going to go. You have Leon, you have Connor. Leave it at that. You don't want anyone else to go.
Fair.
If you're focused on the Oilers specifically.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think. I just go to. I also want Team Canada to win gold.
You think Evan Bouchard helps change
but yeah,
that?
that's do I think Bouchard helps?
And the first star that gets injured on subpar ice in Turin, it'll end the conversation about Olympics. It'll be I'm serious.
I don't know. Because I think this is locked in with the CBA now. So the next one is in France, the French Alps. The one after that's in Salt Lake with Ryan Smith, the owner of Utah.
Okay,
they're going to that
them.
one.
Yes.
So now the question is, do you skip another one and then go? Like, I think they're going no matter what. We saw John Tavares go down.
Yes, we did.
And Garth Snow at the time was very upset that he got hurt. But this is what the players are wanting for. But that's the one thing I will say with Bouchard. Bouchard makes sense if he's your number 8. If you're looking at what happens, what if something happens to Cale Makar? If you're looking for someone to quarterback a power play, who is almost better than Evan Bouchard at doing something like that? But I wouldn't actually want him fully going.
This is something only Low Tide and the late Bruce McCurdy will remember. But in 72, kids, listen up, Tube. I know that means nothing to you. There were guys on Team Canada that quit and came home. They're just like, I'm not playing.
That's because you booed them, Dave.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm not really into this.
Little Dave Jamieson was at the 72.
Yeah, I was at the game in Vancouver.
When they booed Team Canada.
Off the ice.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're just, I'm not playing.
Okay, I never knew this.
Yeah, I'm just going to head home.
Well, they missed out being part of one of the best Canadian moments in sports history.
Indeed.
He's Dave Jamieson. I'm Matt Iwanyk. We're live on Cruise FM as well as Edmonton Sports Talk. We got Joaquin Gage coming up in just a few minutes. We'll have the wrap for William Huff. Keep those texts coming in for the Royal Pizza text of the day. But here's Trev with a sports update here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your choice for Edmonton Sports.
Oilers held on for a 4-3 win over the Golden Knights last night. Connor Ingram turned aside 26 shots in his Oilers debut, while Ryan Nugent-Hopkins chipped in with a pair of goals. Edmonton is back at it tomorrow as they welcome in the Calgary Flames. There were 8 other games around the NHL last night. The Red Wings rallied to knock off the Capitals 3-2 in overtime. Nathan MacKinnon scored twice as the Avalanche snapped Minnesota's 7-game win streak with a 5-1 victory. The Senators cruised past the Bruins 6-2, while the Mammoth edged the Jets 4-3 in overtime. Toronto's struggles continue as the Leafs have now dropped 3 straight, falling 5-1 to the Stars. Buffalo stays hot with the 3-1 win over the Devils. They're 6 in a row, and Sidney Crosby made franchise history, passing Mario Lemieux to become the Penguins' all-time leading scorer in a 4-3 shootout win over the Habs. Just 4 games on the NHL schedule tonight. The Blues visit the Lightning. The Flyers host the Canucks. The Kings take on the Blue Jackets, and the Kraken are in Anaheim to face the Ducks. In the NFL, Sunday Night Football saw Drake May throw for 380 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Patriots upset the Ravens 28-24. Week 16 wraps up tonight with the Colts hosting the 49ers. Over to the NBA, the Raptors have dropped 2 straight after a 96-81 loss to the Nets. Toronto now sits at 17-13 on the season and won't be back on the floor until tomorrow, with just 7 games on the NBA slate tonight. Up next, my good buddy Joaquin Gage stops by to talk all things puck right here on The Nielson Show. I'm YouTube Trev. You're up to date.
Mitty's simply on fire, playing insane. Gotta admire how he loves to beat the Flames, and when he's in the net, no complaints. Has the desire to win every game, even though you know he will drop gloves and go. Gonna steal the show with that sick flow. In spite of his age, he can still make a save in the cage. In spite of his age, he can still make a save in the cage. Then someone will say, can't believe how well he is played. In spite of his age, he can still make a save in a cage. He hasn't faded, nothing but sensational. Oil fans elated, 'cause Mike's incredible. And what does he want? Wants a big prize. And what has he got? That look in his eyes.
This is the Nielson Show with Lieutenant Eric. No Dustin Nielson, no Lieutenant Eric. Dusty's back on air next Monday. Eric back on January 2nd. He weirdly forgot to take the Friday off. Matt Iwanyk, Dave Jamieson with you here today alongside YouTube Trev. This 8 o'clock hour of the Nielson Show is brought to you by GD Liquidators, auctions and appraisals. Make them your first call. Call 780-447-2787. Visit them at 14510 124th Ave, or don't miss their monthly online auctions at gdliquidators.com. We've got the wrap for William Huff coming up in a few minutes. We'll award the Royal Pizza Text of the Day, as well as get to a few other things. We'll get to Joaquin Gage in the Firehouse Subs hotline momentarily here. But I did go back and listen to Kind of Easy Trivia. I understand why some people thought McDavid wasn't said. It was a little glitchy. We heard McDavid in our ears. I heard him say McDavid, and then he said Nugent Hopkins for 2 goals. So he even went back and referred to what it was. El Presidente, there's no controversy. There's no debate about it. 70-0 for Kind of Easy Trivia.
My advice still stands after all these years. Get to a landline if you're going to phone a radio station.
Who has a landline?
Well, I know. Fair point.
Let's bring in Joaquin Gage. He's of Two Guys and a Goalie, as well as EST Afternoons right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Gage, do you have a landline?
No, I think it's finally done.
You think it's finally done?
Have you checked your bill recently to see if you're getting paid for it?
No, but that's why. Like I changed the package, Jamo, and I think it's officially put to rest. Which is I still remember the number though. It's one of the only numbers I'll remember probably. Than my old address, 2528 York Avenue, where I grew up in the mean streets of Kitsilano.
I remember.
I'm trying to place York as a Vancouverite. I'm trying to place York. Give me a couple of things close by.
Second Beach. Remember that beach with the big, huge log when you go down the.
Yes.
So I'm 2 blocks up from there, essentially. I remember just riding my bike down there.
Wow, expensive territory now, my friend.
Oh yes, if only a bit of future planning was done at that point, Jamo. I would be probably basking in some chaise lounge up at the bottom of Whistler. I think probably.
How was your weekend, Gager? What was the big highlight of your weekend for you?
Highlight of the weekend, probably my wife's birthday party with the family was Saturday. So she hit a milestone last week. And so, getting together. And then, of course, from the highest of highs goes to the lowest of lows during these Christmas season. And Matty, you're probably a few years away from this, but Jamo's probably had way more experience where the home life is just, it's like a start of a Disney movie with birds and animals coming around and everything's joyful. And then all of a sudden, everything turns dark and there's lightning and flashes and you're just going, what just happened? And then you retreat to a place in your home that your fortress of solitude and try to ride out that wave of whatever just happened in your house. And why is everyone mad at each other?
I see what I said earlier in the show, and I'm sure you weren't listening. I'd be disappointed if you were. I said the darkness never goes away, guys. And then I just left it at that, Gage. You fill in what that darkness might be.
I still don't know. I still don't know. Well, I have to do a deep investigation today, but I'll probably come back and my living room's full of deer and hummingbirds at that point. So.
Well, Gage, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm hoping for the best.
It'll be fine, Matty.
Okay, as you get ready for Christmas and all that. Oiler game last night, Connor. Well, 2 games this weekend, but focusing a little more yesterday. Connor Ingram, your thoughts on his performance in the victory of the Oilers 4-3 over the Golden Knights?
It was good. I mean, nothing too spectacular, but solid goaltending. He was in good position. Made the saves he needed to, held the fort till the end. I was impressed. There must have been a ton of emotions for him getting his first start with the Edmonton Oilers. The fans got an early Christmas present by getting to see Ingram in. I liked his interview afterwards. He spoke about, and we spoke about on the post-game show too, just sometimes playing in the NHL can be a little bit easier. Now it's weird to say that, and I do not want to disrespect players in the American Hockey League because they are all really good professionals as well, but there is a lot of turnover, and the systems that are put in place, from what we understand in Bakersfield, it's very geared upon an offensive type style of game. So me hearing that as a goaltender, I'm thinking, well, there's probably a lot of chances given up. So it's been said that the goalies are sometimes left hanging in Bakersfield. So, and then when you get to the NHL, although the skill level is like all of a sudden you go from the American League, there's maybe 6-7 guys that can put the puck wherever they want, whenever they want, to the NHL, where now you got 16-17 guys that can put the puck wherever they want, whenever they want. And so it's a quicker game, but everything happens that is somewhat predictable, as Ingram said. So you can, and he said one of his greatest attributes as a goaltender is reading the play, and I think we saw a little bit of that last night.
Gage, what would be, from your vast experience of playing the position at a very high level, the highest level, would be the part of Ingram's game that would be the hardest to get back to the level? Like, what would it be? And of all the things that a goaltender has to do in the course of a game?
I think it's physically you're going to feel okay. It's the big mental side of everything. I think at this point, just getting your game to that get in the pocket, so to speak, and feeling comfortable of where you're at, and that there's times throughout a season for a goaltender that you feel omnipotent. You feel like nothing could get past you, right? Everything is going well. You're seeing the puck. Your movement feels great. You're down to your equipment and skates. It just feels like a second part of you, right? But sometimes it's a razor thin edge that you're on too, because all that stuff can fall apart. Goaltending is somewhat even like a golf swing when you hear golfers, right? So yeah, my swing was great, but then something fell apart. I had one goaltending coach refer to goaltending as trying not to fall into bad habits, right? And that's the line where he's going to have to find, and it's hard switching teams because everyone plays a little bit different, right? So adjusting to his new defensive core, adjusting to how the Oilers play, and of course adjusting to the NHL style where it's again, you're playing against the top guys in the world where they can make you look silly on a nightly basis.
The update we got on Jari was a few weeks. Anytime I know there's the jokes, anytime Chris Knobloch says something, add like an extra month or two or whatever it is. Let's just say a month for now. Just, a few weeks, maybe 3-4 in there. How do you roll out Pickard and Ingram right now? Is it, if you're Chris Knobloch or if you're the goalie coach and you were to recommend how to go about this, do you schedule this? Is it just how you're playing? How would you go about handling these two when you're having to wait a number of weeks till Jari could be ready to go again?
I think just on past performance, I think that Calvin Pickard takes the mantle of the number one guy right now, Matty. When you do get into maybe a little bit heavier of a schedule or back-to-backs, that's where Ingram goes in. But if things seem if the wheels start coming off or that level of play isn't those weak ones are going in, then you might go to a switching back and forth just to keep them both kind of fresh. But to me, I think I would keep going with Pickard, and I do think that this is an important part of the season, because I forget in the post game someone was asked about the new goaltenders. I believe it was Hyman was you have new players coming in, and the old adage of next guy up mentality is a big one. But, a goaltender, especially when you have an established number one, they're a big part of not only the play on the ice, but in the dressing room as well. And now with new personnel, not having your number one guy, so to speak, it causes everyone to just pull up their bootstraps a little bit more, I think, and pay a little bit more attention to the details on the defensive side of the game. So that extra stride, picking that guy up, right? That although that sexy 30-foot pass looks good, maybe an indirect pass so this guy can skate into it. If it doesn't transpire, the puck's going deep and we can establish our forecheck, right? So playing the right way, I think is something that the Oilers have in their pocket now to going through this part of the schedule it's going to become very hectic, right? But it's a galvanizing moment, I think, and having the ability to allow Jari to rest, like you said, Matty, at 2-3, I think it's a groin. Anytime that there is a muscle tear, it's 6 to 8 weeks, and if it's a month. And you're getting closer to that window of the Olympics. Why not just let him rest for the next two if things are going okay, and have him fully ready to go after the Olympics, and that's when the real condensed of the schedule, and you're playing every second night anyways.
When the Oilers acquired Spencer Stastny, sort of the thumbnail scouting was he's not dissimilar to Brett Kulak in terms of his skating ability. Maybe he's a younger version of. What have you seen out of him, and how would is that characterization accurate?
Well, it's hard because my favorite player to watch on the Edmonton Oilers was Brett Kulak over the past. I just thought he was a phenomenal defender. But we see the similarities and the skating ability. You mentioned earlier, Jamo, he skates himself out of trouble. The way I just remember the first game that effortlessly going backwards to forwards to backwards and seemed to keep gaining speed and angling his angling offensive players to a position where he can easily defend, right? Making the right plays. And the most important thing I think we've seen over the last little bit is when he's playing with 2 minutes left, guarding against a lead. All right, I didn't know that that was part of an arrow in his quiver. So that's very encouraging. Now, I do think that there's still huge boots to fill with the loss of Kulak, but everything that I've seen so far with Stastny is pointing in the right direction.
Gage, appreciate the time. We'll see you in the office a little bit later today.
Can't wait, boys.
GS Construction Hockey Insider, Joaquin, Gage, right there for you here in Edmonton Sports Talk. Their choice for Edmonton Sports. The Nielson Show, presented by Weiss Johnson, Edmonton's trained home comfort specialist for nearly 50 years. Get your home comfortable now for all season with Weiss Johnson and Train. It's hard to stop a train. Visit wjsportstalk.com today. We got 10 minutes left. Then it'll be the hangout. Tommy, Jasmine, and Pat Ketty from the Canadian Brew House, Ice House, bunch of other things. Plant Life, Tesoro, Ribeye. I think I got them all. Banquet. I think I got those all now. We got Lock Shop today. We got Oil Stream. We got ESC Afternoons. We got the Reed Wilkins Show without Jay Milne until 6 o'clock. I believe Mark Majot in for an hour with Reed today.
Oh, that'll be
our good friend from MCTV podcast friends. I haven't reached out to him for the hangout in a while. I keep forgetting to ask him. Great guy. Wonderful individual. We'll be on with Reed for an hour today. An amazing guest.
Yeah.
He knows how it's done.
Yes, he does. He's been behind the curtain.
Those are people think that they can just do it. It's whenever I've booked guests. I used to always want to go for the radio guy over the other ones because it's like they know what we want out of a radio guest. We want you to talk a little bit, not too short, not too long.
Right, and bring something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring some heat.
Let's get to the wrap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, visit the team at williamhuff.com, in business since 1952. So you know they are incredible at what they do. They really are. Bruce and his team are absolutely fantastic. There's a reason the Canadian Football League uses them. There's a reason the Edmonton Oilers use them.
Calgary
Flames use them. Yep. The Edmonton Elks use them. Bruce and their team just do absolutely incredible work. What did we learn today? Boys, what did you guys learn today? Did you learn anything today? I learned that Trev has to shovel his grass.
Yeah.
I guess that's one thing, which I still am very fascinated
for
about.
his sometimes shirtless Russian landlord.
Most of the
so that the person who does the metering once every who knows is just good and their shoes are fine.
Well, Trev is like an onion. I mean, there's just peeling layers away.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, I think.
Yeah.
It's good to have layers.
Well, yes, layers of clothing, which you have now, but also layers to a complicated personality.
Yep, absolutely. It's stories, and stories are perfect for the radio.
And you had ginger snaps from a woman named Ginger.
Oh, the best ginger snaps.
Lovely lady.
Okay.
Yeah, I learned your guys' favorite cookies.
Sure.
Dreger is in Manitoba right now.
He's from Manitoba.
Yeah. Yes.
That's where he hails from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rider fan, I believe.
Yes, he is. That I know.
Though, which is weird.
Yeah.
Well,
he's from Manitoba.
I understand. But the Rider fandom, Matty, extends. They are Canada's team.
What did you learn, Matt?
He was born in Red Deer. I'm just looking this up. He grew up in Saskatchewan, but he worked in Manitoba, so we got that all wrong completely. He grew up in Saskatchewan, Dreger. He has a spot in Manitoba. He's had that for a long time though. He's constantly going back to Manitoba. I know that. We used to have him as a regular insider.
Yes, we did.
Honestly, I learned just working with Dave. It's amazing once again.
It was awesome. It's been
amazing. Might be a stretch. I think you're just happy I showed up.
It's wonderful.
Well, let's tell you and I showed up, and before too, but we're out of the parking lot. I said, "You may have to carry me, guys. I got very little sleep."
Oh,
I always get nervous.
You don't want
to sleep in. Well, so on the first show,
Trev got sick last week, so we got Benny to come in. Benny told me he did a melatonin right before. I'm like, ooh, that's bold.
That is bold.
Like I'm scared to do anything, take any sort of performance enhancers for sleep before I have to do the morning show because I'm worried I'm just gonna get too good of a sleep and sleep through anything.
I've sometimes just sat in the bed and sort of stared up, just like, please don't fall asleep. Please don't fall asleep.
Yeah. I definitely get like that nights after the SDs this year. Like that was a tough one. I slept with my light on.
A very good friend of mine,
which was tricky,
who did my job, the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Ryan Whippler, can say that name. Great PR guy. Back when you flew commercial and the PR guy would have all of the tickets, Ryan fell asleep and got to the airport in the nick of time. Let's just say Roy Shivers wasn't happy with a young man. And it might have been his first year on the road.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah.
It makes me, Danny Barrett, I saw him on Twitter for some reason this weekend. Somebody was going, this guy, winningest coach, I think, in Riders history or whatever it was.
Yeah, he'd be up there for sure.
He's still with the Houston Texans, assistant head coach, running backs coach.
Getting that pension.
It's great.
Love it.
He's probably the most talked about former CFL coach that's just still doing amazing things down south.
Get that pension, man.
Let's get to sound of the day. I'm going to leave the Trev. I'm going to let you make the pick.
Oh, geez. Sound of the day.
Hyman, Nuge, McDavid. Pick one.
Hyman, Nuge, McDavid. I'm going to go Hyman. Let's go.
I should turn up my sound. Is my board up?
Oh, it's up, baby.
Why is nothing playing to the board? It's been going all day.
Here's an old drop.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Fire up the
Hey everyone, I'm Zach Hyman of the Edmonton Oilers.
She's so tenacious.
Hope you guys enjoy it.
Revving up his engine, listen to the crowd just roar. No reason for tension, Zach is gonna shoot and score. Hyman's in the scoring zone. Right into the scoring zone. Signed for 7 years, now he's playing by McDavid's side. He's got you jumping out of your seat cause of that look in his eyes. Hyman's in the scoring zone. He'll take you right into that scoring zone. You know he's gonna score a few. Playing with Connor, it's a top line overload. You'll finally see what he can do. So raise your hands up as high as they can go.
He always said that was a magician's secret.
There you go. The Zach Hyman goal song. There's your sound of the day today here on the Nielson Show. Let's get to our Royal Pizza text of the day. It's for Royal Pizza, still making it great with the best and freshest ingredients you'll find in top-notch service for over 55 years. Order online, royalpizza.ca, or visit one of their 14 locations in the Edmonton area. I'm giving it to Vance Vander Van, who early came in. 2 more days of work, then I'm off for 12 days while still getting paid. Just call me Trent Frederick. You're off to Royal Pizza.
Very sly.
It's very sly.
It is.
It led to some texts on Trent Frederick today, which was great. And it also, Liquid Beaver from yesterday that we read from the post-game show. So his text was paraphrasing, but basically he really liked what Trent Frederick did last night, and he may have found his role with this team.
Does the healthy scratch move? Is that one of the very few hammers still left for coaches in this day and age?
Does it move a guy on an 8-year contract?
I don't know.
Because I'm sitting there if I'm Trent Frederick, okay, whatever. Now that's me. Others might be upset, but there's that part to it. Is you're going to have to put me back in this lineup anyways. You're not going to let me
except
sit.
a guy like you who would go, I'm pretty happy. I kind of like it here.
But if you're
awesome,
it'd be wonderful. Pay me $3.85 to sit in a practice box. I'll be thrilled.
Yeah, these guys are fun to watch.
But no, the point, the contracts there, Stan Bowman at the very least, seems like this guy's got to get back in the lineup. So does it move you as a player, or you just go, okay, it's just a night off? You would like to think that they'd be this is kind of, I've signed this 8-year deal. I'm being forced. I got to be better. I'm forced in the press box. I got to be better.
Right.
Will that happen? That's another question. What are we watching tonight? I know what I'll be watching tonight. Boys, what are you guys watching tonight?
What am I watching? I
I'll jump
know.
in the NFL.
You're watching the NFL?
Yes. Why? What are you watching? Heated rivalry.
We got noon coming up today.
Oh.
We're off to Boise, Idaho.
Of course.
For the famous
knew,
Idaho
yes.
Potato Bowl. It's the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
Iconic.
Which is always iconic on the blue field of Boise. It's also got the Cougs in it. Washington State, Utah State.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go Wazoo. They get the big bowl of potatoes after. This is all leading up to the Pop-Tarts Bowl, December 27th, 1:30 on ABC. BYU taking on Georgia Tech, the People's National Championship. But today, what am I watching tonight? It is absolutely Washington State, Utah State. Starting at noon, watch it. It's going to be great. Trev?
I don't think I'm going to be watching anything tonight, honestly. Probably put on some Netflix. Just chill. Take her easy.
You should, Trev. You've had a hell of a run.
Hell of a run. Thanks, boys. You too.
You could sit with Sergey.
Sergey. Yeah, Sergey. He's got lots of names.
That's not his name?
No.
You just gave that one to him?
No, LT did.
Okay.
Yeah. LT calls him Sergey.
Tonight, 4 games in the NHL. Lightning, Blues, Canucks, Flyers, Kraken, Ducks, Blue Jackets, Kings, the others back in action for the last game before Christmas tomorrow.
Canucks winners of 4
taking on
straight.
the
Quinn
Flames.
Hughes was the problem.
Yeah.
We got James Duthie on the show tomorrow.
Yes.
He's going to join us. We have Craig Button as well tomorrow. But yeah, we've got James Duthie on the show tomorrow, as well as Beer of the Week tomorrow. So get ready for that here on the Nielson Show with Lieutenant Eric, presented by Weiss Johnson. Yeah, Beer of the Week tomorrow, Trev. Get ready for that one as well. Hangout coming up next. Tommy, Jasmine, Pat Ketty. That's on Edmonton Sports Talk. Across the Edmonton Sports Talk audio streams are on YouTube. Lock Shop, Oil Stream, EST Afternoons, Reed Wilkins Show, all till 6 o'clock. Up next on 95.7 Cruise FM. Variety, that rocks. We got Counting Crows, Mr. Jones.
Ooh.
That is coming up. On behalf of Dave Jamieson, YouTube, Trev, I'm Matt Iwanyk. Thanks for tuning in to everyone to the Nielson Show here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. We had a great time. Thank you to our guests as well as Mike Teneer, Joaquin, Gage, and Darren Dreger. As I said, Hangout coming up next on Edmonton Sports Talk. Counting Crows, Mr. Jones coming up on 95.7 Cruise FM. Have a wonderful morning. I'll talk with you on the Lock Shop.